The Opie and Anthony Show on XM 202, featuring Opie, Anthony, and James Norton.
Daylight breaks. Creeping through the shadows. An unstoppable force. Lays in wait. Ready to strike.
Oh my God! Oh, Jesus, Jimmy.
I get scared.
Oh, God.
Holy mother of God.
Oh, boy.
Please don't.
God damn. What?
Oh, it stinks so bad.
Oh,
no. This is killing me. You're killing me. Uh-oh. Just fart so we can start the bit.
oh, my God. Shut up.
I'm scum because I'm a shapely European blonde.
Anthony.
Jesus, we are just whores.
James Norton.
Look at this face. How do you not love it and want to kiss it?
E-Rock.
Sex Bagel here on the radio with you.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
And Sex Bagel gets hit with poker chips.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
And good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. The O&A virus spreading across America. Jimmy looks at me and he goes, do intros take a long time to do? I'm like, no.
I don't think so.
We've been asking for a new intro for weeks, Steve, for weeks. Stop being Pablo Picasso and get the damn thing done. This is radio.
I think there should be like a template.
Why is it taking so long?
We just pop in our names.
We're angry.
Steve. I hope you're angry. No. Because I don't want to have to redo it 2 weeks after I do the new one. So I'm going to do it right.
How about a template like over?
Well, then,
no, it's not a template. It's something you actually have to. Yeah, it's something you actually have to.
All right, how about this? Just take it off the air and we'll play an old one.
Okay.
Please.
Done.
New intro tomorrow.
Like a 10-year-old one.
Huh?
That'd be funny.
Are you offended?
No, but the insinuation that it takes 13 seconds to create an intro, why don't you have a listener do it?
Steve.
Steve, what?
You're wrong this time.
No, all right.
We've been waiting for weeks. It's not that we've been waiting a week.
We just have other production that's got to get done for the week.
No, but when we ask for a new intro, we need a new intro.
All right.
Simple as that. The other stuff has to wait then.
All right, the other stuff waits. Oh. Good
Didn't
Monday
expect
to
that
you.
today, but...
Good morning to you on this fine Monday.
By the way, let me tell you something. Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. Sitting here, that awful intro that we don't like is playing. And phones just start ring-a-ding-ding. All Chicago calls.
Yeah.
Chicago is motivated for the Opie and Anthony Show. I don't see a call from New York right now. I don't see a call from Philly. I don't see a call from Boston. I see Chicago.
Good morning, Chicago, who we're speaking to right now, live.
And some dummy from Maine. Let's say hi to Michelle in Chicago. What's up, Michelle?
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Hi.
Just wanted to say, finally, you guys are live in Chicago after 9 months of being on the air. I finally get to hear you. It's great. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just want to say it's a traveling virus tour is going to come this way.
I'm hearing rumors we're not going to Chicago.
Oh, great. Well, that's okay because I'm coming to Vegas anyway, so there you go.
Okay. No, I'm hearing rumors that we're not going to Chicago. We got to figure that out. They're a little scared of Chicago. I'm telling you, we could sell out something in Chicago.
Yeah.
Get us a 500-seat theater.
Get us the Zanies downtown. It's 150 seats. We'll have fun.
We'll pack it, I hope.
That's right. We'll pack Zanies.
And this is how you know we're happy to be live in Chicago. Is Oprah saying something, you talked it over. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, we weren't even yelling at you.
First day of school, happiness, but tomorrow I'll be spitting on you.
It's kind of exciting. I mean, we're live in Chicago now, but now we're on at like 5 in the morning to 8 in the morning, which is always that's the deal we got in Dallas, and it's just kind of weird. It's kind of hard to get an audience going.
Well, the rest of the Chicago radio and talk show in the morning, as you know, besides Eric and Kathy, there's even worse ones out there.
Eric and Kathy, not them again. But you guys,
shows out there than Eric and Kathy.
But it's very exciting for WCKG because Mr. Meyer starts today.
Okay.
And we're live.
You don't care about him?
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Oh, he's only a legend in Chicago radio.
Is he? I have no idea who that is.
All right, Michelle. Thanks for
you
calling.
Guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, madam.
Let's go to Chester's Ashes in Chicago. What's up, buddy? Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Bill in Chicago. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's
nice
going-
to hear you live in Chi-Town.
Yeah. Why are you guys so excited that we're live? I mean, the phones are going crazy.
Well, I don't know if it's that we're excited that you're live or we're just excited, period, to have some decent radio on the airways for a change.
Oh, thank you, sir. Are you going to accept us eventually?
I've been listening to you guys since Jimmy used to throw out the "It's not gay unless you push back" reference.
Oh my God, sir!
That's
From 1975.
No, that's one of my favorite Jimmy lines. That should be on a T-shirt.
That should be a motto. I love you guys. You guys are great in the morning.
It is
Thank you, sir. I've been doing radio since I was 18 years old, and I've always been scared of Chicago because you hear the stories. They only like their own. They don't like when shows come into their town, into their city. They don't really accept outside shows for the most part.
I think what it is there's a lot of people here that don't get your style of humor. And to me, I enjoy it. There's a bunch of guys that listen to you guys every morning that I talk to, and you guys are fantastic. So keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Thank you, mister.
Take care.
All right, let's go to Jerry in Chicago. Jerry.
Hey, Opie and Anthony, how you doing?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Hey, how come the traveling virus isn't coming?
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not happy with that. I told Pete, look, if it means a smaller venue, so be it. We got to get to Chicago. We got to get this done.
Exactly. I was thinking, if someone were to get online and start a petition, get a couple, maybe 1,000 or so signatures, and you gave that to management, you think that would help at all?
Yeah, I think so.
It couldn't hurt, dude.
I think so. They're not really sure of the interest in Chicago. That's what I've been told. The ratings are just starting to move upwards. Finally, nothing to brag about, but we're getting little bump ups, and they're not sure if that's enough to get the tour to go to Chicago. But I think we should go to Chicago no matter what.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully, now that you guys are live, the ratings will go up more. And best show I've ever heard. You guys are great.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Jerry.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right. So there you go. Just want to acknowledge that we're live in Chicago. I mean, they're ringing off the hook. That's very, very cool. Because it's like 5:07 in the morning right now.
It's awful.
Just an awful time.
That is rough.
Cold city.
Yeah. What's going on, Anthony?
Hello?
Yes.
Thought you went to a phone call.
No, I'm looking right at you. I'm like, what's going on, Anthony?
Anthony from the studio, you're on.
You plunk down phones and yell out names, and then I looked in horror and saw no Anthony on the phone thing. I'm like, oh my God, he's talking to me.
I know there's a naked girl in Pal Talk, but...
No, I don't even have any of the cameras up.
All right.
I'm just reading things that are going by, that's all.
Oh, you're missing out.
I'm fine, thank you.
How was your weekend?
Good. Went to the Fezzi's birthday party on Friday. Opie showed up there. That was fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah. We had a good time there as E-Rock even showed up in his Crazy Eddie suit. E-Rock was dressed well. He was dressed in like a T-shirt and a blazer. And I swear it looked like Crazy Eddie attire.
What year was that? Like 19...
I'm trying to figure it out. I think it was brought back for Miami Vice, but he didn't have like a colorful neon shirt.
I think a blazer with a T-shirt, that's late 80s.
Were you on your way to do evening?
Maybe mid-80s.
Evening at the Improv. Did he have wacky suspenders underneath?
Yeah, the thin piano tie.
And we were all looking at him, like, mocking him, and he just thinks that we purposely try to mock him every chance we get. You just make it so easy, Rock. I mean, we're all looking at you like, why the blazer and T-shirt? And you're like, I'm sick of, what? Dressing like crap or something? What'd you say?
Yeah, I dress like crap every day, so I figured...
you'd dig into the closet and find something?
Yeah. It's cool. You should have left a little bit of growth and gelled your hair back. I just want to slap him.
Wear some just shoes with no laces, with no socks.
Ew, no.
Things like that.
Dude, you looked ridiculous.
Oh, God.
You really did.
Wow, driving the point right home.
Dude, you looked ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Because you were trying way too hard. Like, we're all just hanging, and you're hanging out with a blazer on. You look like someone's dad, like you were there to pick up somebody.
Can I have
and bring them home.
Is there any pictures of E-Rock? You know what?
You got a picture of you in your blazer from
everyone's giving you a
Friday night?
Oh, someone must have. There were cameras snapping like crazy.
Everyone's giving you a hard time. I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a really, it was just like, what color T-shirt were you wearing?
It was like beige.
It was like a beige T-shirt and the blazer over it. And all I could think of was, he's insane! It was definitely Crazy Eddie, like.
Yeah, we were all like, what is E-Rock doing?
Yeah. And then there was a little controversy.
Huh?
Then there was a little controversy about some item that fell out of E-Rock's pocket that somebody picked up and, of course, gave to everybody first and told where it came from, and then discreetly gave it back to E-Rock like she hadn't told everybody that it fell out of E-Rock's pocket.
Why is he looking at you like he has no idea what you're talking about?
Do you know what I'm talking about, E-Rock?
No.
It was like a plastic thing, and it had some pop-out things, and a few were popped out.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting there with my girlfriend, and this girl leans over. You know, like nice cough drops? It's that aluminum thing, and there's these black pills. She goes, "These are yours?" I said, "No, they're not. They weren't mine."
Oh, the story changes.
Oh, boy. Then why did you put them in your pocket?
The story changes. They were some type of, what were they called? Libido Max.
No, that wasn't mine.
They were made for, it's like a, sex enhancement drug.
Boner pills.
Called Libido Max, with a few already taken out and used. And I heard that the girl said when she gave them to you that you were just holding them for, who? For Pitsy or someone?
No, that's not true, because I was sitting there with a couple people, and my girlfriend was right next to me, and we both looked at them like, "No, that's not mine." She goes, "Okay," and took them back.
Well, what did she expect you to say with your girlfriend there? You can't hand somebody libido pills with the chick right there.
I heard she didn't take them back either. That you took them back and put them back in your pocket.
I never took them. No.
Wow. Controversy. Wish I would have been watching.
Happy typing girl was sitting right next to me, too, and she saw it. And
she was happy and typing at the time. How could she see?
You know what? I think we need to talk to some of these people that were at the event.
Yeah. See exactly what happened.
So you're claiming they're not yours?
If they were mine, I would say
Did
so,
you, or
but
did you
those
not
were
put them
mine.
in your pocket?
No, did not put them in my pocket.
Where did they end up?
Yeah, where did they end up?
She still had them. The girl had them.
I don't know, because she said, when she came back, she told me, she said, Eric said that they belonged to someone else and that you were holding on to them for him.
Well, she's
and
lying.
that you took them and put them back in your blazer pocket.
No.
Or some pocket.
No.
Nope.
All right.
All right. I have to believe E-Rock now.
I don't think it ends here.
Oh, believe me, it won't end here.
I'm sure the pests right now are emailing and texting each other. You got to call the show immediately.
Wait, now were they not yours, or do you think somebody put them in the glove compartment of your Trans Am?
How was WrestleMania?
It was great.
Oh,
what a big surprise! Donald Trump didn't get his head shaved.
Didn't have
Big
to shave
surprise.
his head. Vince McMahon.
I really thought it might be possible. Stupid storylines.
Vince McMahon had to get his head shaved.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it was a great WrestleMania, though.
It was very good.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. The popularity of the WWE is way on the rise again.
Wow.
Oh,
they sold out what?
81,100 something.
81,000.
Was Dane there? What happened?
Yeah, I know. It sounds like traveling virus.
Can you imagine? It's on pay-per-view, but they still sell it out. 81,000 nosebleed seats all the way to the top.
They do it.
When you're there live.
We're in Detroit, right?
Detroit, yeah.
You went to Detroit?
No.
Nah, he just
watched it at
got
home.
the pay-per-view.
That's cool.
All right.
Let's safer that way.
And there's rumors that there's nude photos of me out there. I happened to call Fezzi in the middle of a photo shoot on Friday.
Yes.
It was Fezzi's birthday from the Ron and Fez show on Friday. That's why we all went out on Friday night. And in the middle of some kind of photo shoot that was... Did you hear the phone call?
Yes, I heard the phone call. It was very disturbing. I almost had to shut it off.
I was in the middle of a photo shoot, and I was talking to Fezzi butt naked.
Yeah.
There may not be nude photos out there. People are trying to find them, though.
Well, they have to make it online, which I think won't take long if they get out.
How are they going to make it online?
Well, put it this way. If it's a school project type thing, they have to be turned in.
Yeah.
Once they're handed in, it's over, Johnny.
Right.
They get scanned in, popped up online.
Well, my girl is taking a photography class, and I thought it was a great idea at the time. But I've become the model for
the
her
subject.
photos. For her photos, and it started innocent enough with like just a fake shot with me in like a hooded sweatshirt. Rrr.
Right.
And, you know,
black and white artistic. And now we're going into areas that, quite frankly, I'm uncomfortable with. A little concerned.
And then on Friday, in the middle of that, I remember that I got to call Fezzi for his birthday. So
God, I wish him a happy birthday.
I'm walking around completely new talking to Fezzi on Friday.
Just like he'd like it.
And then he kind of slipped at the end of the phone call. When I hung up, all I heard on the radio was, hot ass Opie's naked. Like, with excitement I've never heard in another man before. Hot ass Opie's naked. Yuck.
Wait a minute. You're modeling naked? That's really bothering me.
It really is.
You're on a bench with your like one leg propped up and she's photographed?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what the pose is.
There might be some artistic shots out there. Yuck. Anyway.
What the pose is? What are your poses,
Picture.
Are you laying down on a couch like what's her name there in the Titanic?
I was just thinking, or Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
I was just about to say that. I said, picture Burt Reynolds, circa 1975.
Well, you put your arm and covered it with your forearm.
Huh?
Had you put your arm down there and covered up your goods? Eek.
All right. Well, now we got Dave in Pennsylvania. Dave, what's going on?
Hey, Eastside Dave's been taking those Libido Max, so he doesn't have any performance issues with Casey.
Right. Has he been taking those?
Oh, no, there's just that rumor started. Rich in Boston, what's going on? Oh, yeah, I was doing the Thinker. Thank you, Bill from Waterford.
The Thinker?
I was doing the Thinker, and yes, I was doing some Zoolander poses. I actually was, just as a goof, because that's just a wonderful flick. Rich in Boston, what's up?
Did you do Magnum?
Huh?
Did you do Magnum?
Yeah. Rich, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I was a huge, I don't understand the whole ratings things. You guys kick everywhere I go. The radio's on Opie and Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I work construction sites. All I hear is you guys. Everybody's talking about you guys. I was a huge diehard Stern fan, and the show was just unbelievable.
Oh, thank you, sir. No, we're doing fine in Boston. Last month the ratings were beyond weird.
It should be unbelievable, though. I'm telling you, everywhere I go, they listen to. Anthony's made me almost piss my pants on the way into work.
Oh, watch yourself. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't
Gotta
do that.
get to work, and they'll make fun of you.
Well, I'm sorry, buddy. When I was in Boston, the response was really good, and I know that's not just from XM. It can't be. The ratings. It's like you can kind of tell when you go into a place where the XM markets are and where the terrestrial markets are, because the terrestrial markets you just sell a lot more tickets.
Everyone's told us ratings are weird. You can't just take a month by 1 month. That's how it is. They go up, they go down. You got to take an average. So whatever.
Yeah, we're fine with what's going on in Boston, so it'll work out in the end. I appreciate it. It looks like the murder rate is way up in Boston, huh? And Mayor Menino's trying to
right.
Not my fault.
Trying to sweep that under the rug. Supposedly the murder rate is up 60% year to year.
60%?
Supposedly. I was reading that in the Boston Herald this morning. You know anything about that there, Rich?
A lot of gang violence up there these days.
No?
No, don't care, don't know, but you guys' show is unbelievable. And
that's all he wants to talk about.
All right.
Like a politician.
He's a good boy.
I like him.
Thank you, sir.
You're a good boy.
Let's say hi to Scott in Iowa. Scott.
Hey, love you guys. Love the show.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I had a guy say that to me in the street. I'm walking to the cellar on Friday or on Saturday, and this guy walks by and goes, love you, love the show. I'm like, Jesus, they don't miss anything.
I got it at the Islanders game on Saturday night.
Love you, love the show.
Stupid Islanders.
Aww.
Anyway, I have an idea for a new bit.
Yes, go ahead.
Picture Opie naked.
Oh, might not have to soon.
Absolutely.
You just pop up a website.
New bit, old thought.
All right, Scott, thank you. All right, we're just getting warmed up. We got Black Sabbath. I mean, we got this really long couch behind Jimmy and Anthony, so it looks like we got the whole band coming in.
Yeah.
That's going to be cool. That's for Jimmy, to be quite honest with you. Jimmy's going to have a lot of fun with Black Sabbath.
I'm beyond happy.
Is RJD coming in also? Or
RJD?
Dio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even said to me before, Tony said, we'll see you Monday morning. And Ryan's like, I know we're going to see you guys on Monday. They're the nicest guys on earth.
Yeah, they're very nice. Ronnie James Dio is singing for this version, Heaven and Hell.
You can just call them Black Sabbath. That's what I'm going to call them. Right to their faces.
Why don't
Right
they?
to their faces. They say former members or they say current members, right, of Black Sabbath. And
The official name of the band is Heaven and Hell, right?
Heaven and Hell.
Educate me here.
honest,
Even though it's Black Sabbath without Ozzy, but they've also been Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio. So what's the deal here?
I'm thinking since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think they just want to clarify. I don't know. I'll ask him because Vinny is playing drums, but he was on 3 of the albums. Vinny's not a brand new guy. He was on Mob Rules, Heaven and Hell, and I think Dehumanizer, and he played on the Heaven and Hell tour. And
apparently, where are they playing? They played at Radio City.
Sold it out in 25 minutes.
And I had to drive through town Friday night. To get to the Ron and Fez birthday party, and I passed Radio City. The crowd that was around out there was frightening. I just gotta say, frightening. There's old guys with these concert shirts on, guys at the horseshoe bald head, but with the long ponytail.
Yep. Nice.
And the concert T-shirts on, the jackets. I was driving through going, oh my God, this is like a time machine where everyone got old.
They said that, and they said the tickets were so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was younger people in Canada, and they said here the tickets are like $75 or $100, and a lot of people in the 20s can't afford that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Oh, God, high prices.
I went to see Bob Saget on Friday. He taped his HBO special.
How'd that go? Good?
Oh, man, he's got a good one in the can.
Good for Bob.
He's got a good one in the can.
He's got a good one in the can, does he?
He might as well. The material he was doing. Yeah. Not too far-fetched. Holy crap.
People are digging it.
I was talking to the HBO people. America's going to be really surprised. And they're trying to say, well, the dirty side of Bob Saget's getting out there. I'm like, not really. I mean, he was in The Aristocrats, but how many people really saw that movie?
Most people, parents, just plop their kids in front of that friggin' Full House show.
Right.
They still watch it like crazy.
And America's Funniest Home Video still in syndication, and One
Mr.
versus
Wholesome.
100. I mean, he did our comedy tour, so some of our fans have been exposed to the dirty Bob Saget. He's done some dirty stuff on our show, so some fans. But I'm telling you, this is going to be his coming out freaking HBO special where people are like, this is Bob Saget?
Yeah.
They're going to be really surprised, but it was great. He did really well on Friday.
And here's the difference between the Aristocrats. Everybody, with very few exceptions, was dirty in the Aristocrats. So that was almost like, okay, he's just doing it like everybody else is doing it. See a guy on his own, just doing his own material. And like, wow, this is him.
Mm-hmm.
This is his act.
And this is really Bob Saget. He's been fooling America for decades. Yeah. But supposedly the older guys say that he's always been one of the dirtiest comics in the club. And finally, with this HBO, special he did, America's going to see that. It's an hour of just filth.
Good for him.
And I think it's going to do very, very well. So, all right. Also, we got Robert Rodriguez from Grindhouse stopping in. It's he's the director of the first film. Grindhouse is a double feature. I think people know that by now, right?
Double feature.
And he directs the first movie. That supposedly we're seeing Grindhouse tonight?
Yes.
Supposedly we're going to go see Grindhouse tonight. I hope so. All right, we got lots to do. We're just getting started. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A Uncut and Live, continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. I wanted to wake up the horny housewives this morning.
Horny housewives. Are they the ones putting the uneven load in the washing machine so it vibrates a little more and then, well, you know. That old gag.
Washing a bunch of sneakers.
Yeah, throw some sneakers in there and then maybe you're a little too close to the machine. And
That's how I wanted to start the show, but instead we just babbled about who knows. I don't even remember what we talked about the first break.
Chicago?
Babbled.
Your body? Nude?
Stupid Chicago. Who cares?
Nude.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Keep listening, please. Oh, yeah, and my nude photos.
Your nudity?
No, horny housewives. I was just thinking there might be something there.
Yeah.
You got the desperate housewives, but we all know what that really means. We're talking about horny housewives.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Your marriage sucks, but you got a bunch of kids and...
There's a lot of responsibility.
And life is comfortable, so you figure, what the hell, I'll get my jollies in other ways. Kids are off to school. The husband is off to work. And you're kind of walking around with slinky little outfits.
slinky.
When the FedEx guy arrives, or the paper boy arrives, or the gardener.
Hey, fella.
You think there's some horny housewives out there waking up?
Of course there are.
Thinking about how she's going to, I want to use the word, but
take care. Take care of herself.
Not necessarily take care.
Oh, you mean...
I'm not talking about the sluts. I'm talking about just the horny housewives. I don't think they're going... they're not taking it all the way. They're just kind of like flirting. They're kind of showing off what they got a little bit.
Are they teasing? I thought they were using items around the house to take care of themselves.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, something like that.
But as far as like just an all-out cheating going on, no. It's more like just a little flirtation when the husband's gone and the kids are off to school.
A little whoopsie when the mailman comes.
Exactly.
Whoopsie.
She has her little lingerie still on, and she's trying to cover up.
But then she's got to grab the package that the FedEx guy or the mailman or UPS guy is bringing. So she fumbles with it, and her robe kind of opens up. Whoopsie.
She may even be brave enough to just walk in, get the mail, and just some kind of lingerie thing.
All the neighbors know about it and hate her.
Yeah, because she's keeping her body up to date.
She goes out, pick up the newspaper or take out the garbage.
Boy,
the slinky little...
Boy, the phones are exploding with horny housewives.
It's amazing, like when we do a guy-related thing. Just like it.
And maybe they'll call. Maybe they're too scared.
Maybe they're sleepy from all their whoring yesterday.
Well, if Chicago would stop calling, maybe we could get, some horny housewives to call. All right, we're live in Chicago. We get it. No, it's quite flattering that everyone's calling us this morning to welcome us to Chicago finally.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we've been there almost a year. But now that we're live, I guess it makes a huge difference. All right, so we got the horny housewives. We're waking up this morning.
Good luck to you.
And we got Rosie O'Donnell just babbling. God, did I actually say a month ago that I kind of like her?
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to defend myself, but I like Rosie O'Donnell because she's speaking her mind on TV. You don't really get that in this day and age. But now she's just babbling.
The woman has a screw loose. She absolutely does. She's talked about her mental problems, which is fine, She's on medication. There was, I guess, what put her over the edge was Columbine. She talked about that. She said how when that happened, she just got this unsafe feeling and she became depressed and it took her a lot of years to get help and she finally got the help she needs and now she sounds crazier than ever.
Yeah.
Like she sounded fine when she said she was crazy and wasn't getting help, but now she's getting help and she sounds absolutely out of her mind.
And I was telling you in the office, she's looking more and more like Kathy Bates from Misery every day. She's got the cuckoo eyes.
Mr. Man.
Her eyes are slowly but surely changing.
Yeah, she's getting those crazy eyes. And the crazy eyes, like, your eyeball flattens out. Something happens with your eyes. You know how everyone's got a nice curvature to the front of their eyeball? Crazy people's eyes flatten in their head like frying pans.
It's just an illusion.
And
because I think the eyes just start opening up more.
Yeah,
See, look,
they open wider and they stare off into space.
Look, everyone could do crazy eyes.
Right,
just take both of your eyelids and just lift up a little. There you go.
Open them up.
Crazy eyes.
Now just kind of look. Yeah, okay, you got crazy eyes right there. Wow, that was scary.
See, you know what the thing is? She got surprised by Columbine. No one liked it, but it's like, because it's white people getting shot. It's like they've been doing gangbanging shootings in L.A. Why didn't that make you feel insane?
Why isn't she upset about people that just are getting shot on a daily basis?
But I like how she was just kind of, speaking her mind. But now she's insane.
Because now she's speaking her mind, and it's crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's just she opened her yap about the Britain hostage situation.
Oh no!
The Iranians said that 15 British sailors were in Iranian water. Might have heard my phone call on the Man Cow Show on this issue.
This very subject.
On this very subject.
Oh, yeah, Anthony from New York, you're on. Go.
Hey, Tony from New York.
Boy, that Tony with a perfect phone call.
An ass I am. Perfect opportunity. And I blew it. I blew it.
Good call.
Yeah, it was a great call, though. See, and topical, because it's in the news.
We'll get them eventually.
And
you see the footage? They all had to admit that they were in Iranian waters.
That they're wrong. The woman, they got one woman also that was part of the patrol.
Yeah.
And they've been making her write notes to her family about how wrong she is and how Britain has to pull out of Iraq. And it's all this same propaganda that these extremists use when they get prisoners. They don't interrogate them in private. Well, they probably do also. But they get them, they parade them in front of television to make them make these statements.
Why was the one British soldier they're showing on TV this morning kind of smiling like he's a college professor?
I think they told him to smile.
He's got graphs and maps and he's pointing at things like, yeah, we were in these waters a few times.
A lot of these guys are trained to do something out of the ordinary when they're doing these to let everybody know, look, I'm not serious doing this. So maybe him smiling, maybe he's a guy that never smiles. Like all around, they call him Smiley as a joke, like they call fat guys tiny.
Yeah.
So when he's on there and he's smiling, they go, look, the guy's smiling. It's a crock.
Right.
Either that or he's smiling because there's Arab writing in front of him and there's not a guy behind him with a knife.
Yeah, ready to lop his head off. Exactly.
I'd be smiling too. My face was 20 years.
Every second you're alive.
Hey, hold that thought. We might have a horny housewife waking up. Jennifer in Jersey. Jennifer, what's up?
Great name.
Good morning.
Hey.
Evening.
How are you?
Good.
Hi.
I just wanted to say good morning to you guys. Love you, love the show.
Are you a horny housewife?
I'm a housewife, sort of. I have a part-time job. I'm mostly horny most of the time. So does that count?
Well, so what we were talking about kind of hit close to home with you.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh. Do you do anything to take care of this? You're home alone, maybe, or do you wear a little lingerie or a little a robe around the house when the mailman comes to the door? Anything like that?
I listen to you and I masturbate.
Oh.
We'll accept that.
Before I get out of bed every morning.
Susie didn't hear that. She listens to us and she makes herself very happy.
Takes care of business.
Yeah, before she
that's nice.
Starts her day.
What do you use? Your hand, or do you use maybe a device, or do you use the washing machine?
No instruments.
No, nothing.
instruments
Just
needed.
you.
So the alarm goes off. You hear our voices, and that makes you do what you do.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
All right. Are you doing any oopsies? Are you trying to turn on the neighborhood boys? What's going on?
Oh my God, no.
See, we want the real horny housewives.
All right.
You're a beginner. You're just starting your life of being a horny
The
housewife.
flirts.
Yeah, let's go to Rich in Syracuse. Rich.
Hey, how you doing?
You a horny housewife?
Hey, how you doing? I'm a horny housewife. Yeah, I do oopsies all the time.
A whoopsie out of the bottom of his shorts leg.
But you sound like a guy.
I have laryngitis.
What's up, Rich?
Exactly. Hey, I'm a mailman in Syracuse. I do a walking route, and every time I drop off one of those Victoria's Secret catalogs to this one girl, she's always in a slinky lingerie piece. Like she knows when the catalog's coming.
And she comes to the door to sign for her package.
Well, whenever she has a package, definitely.
And you know that she's doing this on purpose, right?
Of course.
See?
Little girl comes in. It's by the time I get there, it's like 10:30 in the morning. There's no way that you're up and that slinky that early.
Does she give you a smile? Does she make believe she's not in lingerie? What's the deal?
Oh yeah, she's trying to cover it up. She's got one of those like every once in a while she has one of these like silk robes that she's trying to cover up, and it conventionally just slips over every once in a while.
Just enough, right? Just a little oopsie, and then she's like trying to get herself together.
She sets up like 2,000 watts of lighting behind her so her silhouette shows through. Opens the door and all you see is her silhouette. Nude.
Exactly. It's like
and she acts surprised that you happen to show up at her door at this particular moment. Like, oh, well, I know this is not the proper clothing to have on, but I got to get my package.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you so early. Don't you usually come an hour later? I was just getting in the shower.
And you got to play the game like, all right, look, we both know what's going on here, but I'll play my role.
Sign for this.
Exactly.
All right.
And don't make my pen smell like a trout again.
What, Rich?
I don't care if you're talented enough to pick up the package with both hands and still sign for it.
By the way, why always trout?
I don't know. It just seems to be a funny fish.
Why not salmon?
How about a fluke?
Why not tuna?
Trout. How about catfish?
It's always trout.
A catfish.
Catfish stink, and they have whiskers, ironically enough, and big
they
dumb
do.
lips, and they're bottom feeders.
Bottom feeder.
Catfish is disgusting.
Anything else, Rich?
It's like Jimmy, a bottom feeder.
Yeah. Anything else, Rich?
No, that's it. Thanks. Punch out, guys.
All right, you might have got our horny housewife thing moving along, hopefully.
Hope so.
If not, we're going to do this tomorrow. So, ladies, prepare for horny housewife day.
Yeah.
All right.
In the meantime, Rosie,
sorry
talking about Rosie, stupid Rosie.
Who,
so she assumes now that the British, this is all done on purpose, so we can get into some kind of war with Iran now.
Yeah, because that's what we want right
That's what we want right now when our troops are spread as thin as they are. And she says this was done on purpose on our part, that the Iranian people are nice people, and we are the villains of the world. This is what Rosie's saying, and that it was done on purpose. She goes, ladies and gentlemen, look up on a website. Look up. We've done this before for Vietnam, to get into Vietnam. She's talking about the Gulf of Tonkin event, and whatever that you want to believe about that one.
Yeah.
Whether it happened, didn't, says it did, but I don't know. I don't think the British are sending in 15 of their guys so we can get in a war with Iran.
No, and why would Iran do it?
Hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Iran took them.
Yeah.
So give them back.
Give them back. Well, now they want all kinds of apologies. The British are saying they never went into Iranian water. They were in Iraqi water, and then they got taken. But now they keep asking for new things every time. They say, okay, we'll let them go. Well, now we want an apology from Britain that you were in our waters. Well, we weren't in your waters. Well, we want one. Now we're going to parade the hostages around and make them sign things, and it's just a catastrophe. I think they ought to just get in there, a few jets, bomb a few things, pull out, and then ask again, can we have our guys back?
No, you can't do that. They're religious nuts. They're religious nuts.
Yeah, but they don't have anything. I'm not talking about a protracted ground war like we're in with Iraq. This is stuff that we've done in the past, that Israel's done in the past, England's done. You fly in with some planes, you bomb some important things, and then you fly back, and then you go back to diplomacy, and you say, now let the guys go. And they're outraged at this, outrage. All right, I know you're outraged, but let our guys go, or else, we got to come back. And then you do an air battle. You bomb some stuff, you come back. You don't send troops in. And then they let them go. Yeah, it's like Libya. You bomb enough things, you kill enough of their kids, and they let things go. It's war.
Well, that's not going to happen, though.
Might.
You think?
Depends on how long they hold them.
Nah, they'll let them go soon.
I think they'll let him go. Why is he doing that? What were they, 10 feet in the water?
Yeah, get out of here. Who's looking?
That's how I look at it, to be honest with you. Because whenever it's like they went into Iranian waters or some other water, it's always like they just went in.
Just barely
and you know how
in.
much water there is? They could go hundreds of miles in. And then I'd be impressed. But it's usually they just put their little big toe in Iranian water. And
yeah. They took a dip.
That's
what it was. We were taking a dip.
It's probably some dumb dare, and now it's all this.
Yeah, I dare you to go like 10 more feet.
Come on, I dare you. Oh, like they're looking.
10 feet in. All right, man. Dude. No, just to that, see that little marker right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go past that.
And the Iranians want to charge him with spying. Gee, how good of a spy can you be when you're in British uniforms and there's 15 of you in the water? What do you think? They're infiltrating, the aquatic life in Iran, you idiots?
But Rosie is insane with that. And then she's insane with the 9/11 stuff.
Hold on, Dennis in New York. Dennis, what's up?
Hey, I'm tired of the pro-fucking George Bush crap you guys do every day.
First of all, stop.
No.
All right, hold on, Dennis.
Republican, you guys love
Dennis.
Bush. So
Oh my
Wait a minute,
God.
stupid! You're cursing on the radio.
Dennis.
It's not about Bush.
Did you hear?
Donald has a big stupid head and she's ugly and fat. Jesus, get off it.
Did you hear our show maybe last?
Pro-right-wing.
Did you hear our show last week?
Stupid liberal.
Hey, idiot! Can we actually carry on a conversation?
Just as much as I do the Republicans.
Can we actually carry on a conversation for a minute?
I deal with this every day.
Hey, idiot!
You
Can
started
we
by
actually-
cursing, so no one even knows what your point was.
Can we
That's
actually-
how dumb you
Well,
are.
my point was, you guys are right-wing wackos, man, and I
Yeah.
get sick and tired of hearing this.
Then listen to something else.
You and your buddy Sean Hannity, who's a homo.
Yeah, who defended the free speech of the show as opposed to the stupid bleeding hearts. Not
Oh
one.
my
liberal
God!
can
Weren't we
create
called
the
the liberal Bush hate? We were called liberal Bush haters last week, dude. We were called liberal Bush haters last week because we were calling him an idiot who doesn't know how to run a war.
You guys are right-wing.
Oh, shut up! We got our own minds, jack off. It's like what? We can't have two opinions on something. We can't have two sides. One maybe liberal on some ideas, one conservative on other ideas. You got to take the party line the whole way, man. You liberal jerk off. Shut up. Shut up. F off and die. You jack off. You know nothing. You liberal one-minded creep. Just die. Shut up. Hug a tree. Hug a tree and have sex with a hairy armpitted hippie broad. You jerk off. Can't stand yous.
Who's this?
Now listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself on the radio.
I want to listen.
Give us a Frankus and shut up.
Dennis.
Who's this?
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
You didn't even hear our take on.
Sean Hannity
You
on
didn't
there.
even hear our take on the whole
You guys
thing.
like sucking them off every day.
You didn't even hear our take on the whole thing.
Did you hear the Rosie
didn't
audio
even
yet?
Listen.
Did you hear the Rosie audio
You
yet?
believe what Rosie is saying?
No, I don't believe a Rosie.
All right, then what's the problem?
Then what's the problem? You're going to agree with us today.
That you guys are middle of the road. I'm a registered independent. I
No
can
one
give a
cares
crap
what you
less
are.
at the time.
So what did we say that is so pro-Bush?
You guys are pro-Bush every day. Every time somebody calls in.
Not every day.
Give an example.
Oh, wait a minute.
Give an example. Give one example.
2 weeks ago, I remember somebody called in there, and
Yeah.
I guess they made like a joke about Bush, and all of a sudden Opie was like, oh, so funny. Oh,
Maybe the
so
joke
funny.
sucked.
joke.
Opie is the least. Opie is the least Bush fan you will find.
He's the most moderate of all of us.
The guy can't stand Bush.
You guys never rag on Bush then.
We rag on Bush all the time, you jerk off. God, are you stupid? Don't listen half the time and make comments like you listen all the time. We call the guy a moron every chance we get.
And
we played part of his speech just last week and goofed on the whole thing. What are you, stupid?
I never liked Bush. I've been screaming Obama for months.
God, are you an idiot?
Yeah, I hate Obama too.
Well, whatever, dude. Who do you
Who
like?
cares about what you like anyway? Shut up.
Nobody does care.
No one.
No one cares.
Go whore your mom.
There you
Go
go.
friggin'
Third grade humor.
shave your head in
Third
a
grade
mohawk.
humor alert.
Don't try to be funny and poignant, sir. You're neither.
What an idiot. Oh, I can't stand the people that listen half the time. Go ahead, listen half the time and hear only what you want to hear. We bash Bush and people call us liberal assholes. And then we talk about Rosie O'Donnell being an idiot on what she's saying, and we're pro-Bush? No, I'm anti-Rosie O'Donnell, you dumb ass.
It's not about Bush. This is about Tony Blair anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Clayton in Vegas. Clayton, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
What?
What's up?
What's happening? Hey, Wee says hello. I just got off the phone with him.
Wheeze? Why'd you call Wheeze?
I call Weeze every once in a while just for,
Very cool. Hey, real fast, Tony from Iowa from the Instant Feedback. This guy's an idiot. Everyone knows that Opie is the bleeding heart, Anthony is the conservative, and Jimmy is of questionable sexuality.
That's not true.
All right,
That's
so
questionable.
Clayton.
Wait.
I'm a fascist.
That's not true
Just
at all.
stating the obvious. Clayton in Vegas.
Whoa.
What?
You're not a bleeding heart.
Opie. Love you, love the show.
All right, what do you got, Clayton?
Thanks.
Love you, love the show.
Loves the show.
When you guys come out here.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the first O&A Traveling Virus comedy show at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino at The Joint out in Vegas, April 14th.
I don't even know if tickets are available, but if they are, go to Ticketmaster.com and check if they are. It's going to be a big show. I have a big surprise.
Ooh.
Do you?
No.
Of course not.
Say that.
We got 8 or 9 comedians. All the info's up on opieandanthony.com. But tickets are available through Ticketmaster.com. And the Vegas station has been really, really promoting the hell out of the show, and we appreciate that. What else you got, Clayton? Because we got to move on to a break here.
Love you guys. Love the show.
That's it?
Broncos.
I'm sure you gave Wheeze more than that today.
I'm sorry.
He's got nothing.
All right, you got nothing. We'll continue. We'll get into the Rosie audio and some other things. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Hit it.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Thanks, Jim, for reminding me.
I didn't know.
Holy crap. He's asking me about my Islanders. Choking when it matters most. I think they've won 3 out of the last 13 games. Out of the playoffs.
Wow, hard to do in hockey.
My ticket guy calls me. So, are you going to get the playoff tickets this year? I openly laughed at him and hung up. We're like 4 points out of the last playoff spot, like 3 or 4 games left. It's over, Johnny. They choked. We lose our star goalie, and the whole team the whole team just got depressed. They got sad.
They were sad.
They all got sad because we lost Rick DiPietro and decided not to play anymore. What a joke. I know the rest of America's laughing because, whatever. At least baseball started last night.
Yeah. Mets win.
Our phone number, 1-866-313-FREE. The horny housewife thing, I don't know. Maybe they're a little scared to call us.
A little shy.
But I think we could get some horny housewives to call us today.
Maybe they like to sleep in late because I just picture them with like a martini glass at the end of the night when the husband gets home. Why don't you just go to bed? Like Dean Warmer's wife.
Right. They're out there. They know they're out there.
Cut the crap and get me a drink. I got the goddamn senior honors dinner tonight.
I love that.
Teen Warmer's wife. She was a cougar.
We had one of those in our face once, huh, Aunt?
Oh yeah. God.
We'll talk about that another day. That's the beauty of this show.
One of those parties.
That's the beauty of this show, by the way. We'll kind of tease something, and eventually we'll get to it.
We'll get to it one of these days.
When it makes sense. But right now, we should just let that sit there. Just let it sit there. But if you're a horny housewife and you're waking up, we want to hear from you today. Do you do little oopsies? We're not talking about like banging all the kids in the neighborhood. We're just talking about that little flirtatious thing you do, and maybe there was a guy, and we didn't get to him because that stupid guy was yelling and screaming at us. A really good phone call. He says that he watches this woman wash her windows in tiny, tiny shorts, and she knows she's doing it. Those are the stories we're looking for today. The women, they just want to flirt a little bit. They're bored. The kids are at school. The husband who has no interest in her anymore is off to work. And, you got the FedEx guy coming by, the mailman, maybe a neighbor, maybe the paper boy.
Maybe she's doing something like gardening.
Just a little flirtatious behavior.
Washing the windows in her little boy shorts.
Yeah, well, we had one of those, but the guy had to yell that we're, pro-Bush or something?
Yeah, that we're right-wing.
I'm just...
Uh-oh, what happened?
What happened?
I can't wait.
It's got to be funny.
The Caveman. This is, they're doing that sitcom on the Geico commercial, Caveman. That is gonna be funny.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're so popular. People are just laughing and laughing. Did the Where's the Beef lady get a goddamn sitcom? No.
The Evil Angel. They made her do tranny porn.
I mean, at first the caveman thing was kind of different, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of found a little chuckle here.
Slightly amusing, yeah.
The first one.
But to go from that to a sitcom, this is going to be one of the biggest disasters in sitcom history. Mark my word.
A one-joke sitcom.
Go Penguins!
Oh. Wow.
Shooting the pilot now in L.A.
Sorry.
That's all right.
We got 3 different conversations going on, but I just got excited for the Penguins. Yes, I'm going for the Penguins this year to win it all. F the Rangers. F the Rangers, Tom. You heard me.
Oof. Oh, guys, I don't like sports
words.
So I just root for anyone to play healthy, huh?
You guys don't like hockey.
Not get hurt out there.
This means nothing to you guys. Hockey is the sport to watch.
I used to like baseball. I passed up opening day tickets today.
Baseball is boring. It started. I'm a Mets fan. You guys are Yankee fans. But it's a boring sport. Know what ESPN should do? They should do a 20-minute version of baseball games. It would be the biggest hit on TV.
They could do it, yeah.
Like where you just make sure you have no media on, which is almost impossible in the year 2007. I understand, but then just have like not a highlight show, like a 20-minute version of the game.
The whole game, but just action.
In a 20-minute, not necessarily. Some of that other interesting stuff that happens, the pitching changes, and maybe a really good at bat. You figure out what are a little more than the highlights, and throw it into a 20-minute package. I'm telling you, everyone would start watching baseball. Everybody, the ratings would go through the roof. I can't invest 3 hours in a baseball game on TV anymore. Not in this day and age. Where we all are like this. Lucky. We're all like this, surfing. We're turning the channel, and you're going to sit through one of these baseball games? I haven't watched a whole baseball game on TV in years. Can't do it. But you do like a 20, 30-minute version, I'm telling you, it'd be the hottest thing. But that would be thinking out of the box, and I don't think, mainstream media knows how to do that, unfortunately.
I think they should just cut everything out except for the action. Like, all the in-between, the pitching stuff, throw it out.
Right.
Pitch, hit, pitch, hit. That's it.
Well, that's more like
home run.
But that's more like highlights.
But the entire game that way.
I'm talking like give it 20 minutes so you get a kind of a feel for what's going on. Half hour, an hour even. That would still mean like 2 less hours of viewing.
But no one would want to go to a game if it was an hour. Like
no. I'm just talking like the game is played. ESPN takes it and packages it into a half hour version of the game.
So you don't see it live.
No, I mean that's
you gotta wait.
That's the only problem. You gotta make sure you don't get the results or whatever. It's a dumb idea. I get it. Let's move on. Someone agrees with Rosie about Iran. So should we play the audio first and then we'll get to this guy?
Yeah. Let's hear what Rosie said.
All right. Kathy Bates from Misery was on The View last week. And had some outrageous things to say. It's one of the top YouTube videos this week, or last week, or in the last few days, whatever.
About that, and she's picking up on 9/11 conspiracy crap.
She's just
crap.
Wait till she gets to the 9/11 stuff. Oh, boy. All right, here we go.
Here's what happened. These guys went here, okay? Yeah. Iran said, that's our water. Get out of our water. We're taking you back. Yeah. Britain says, they took our guys. Iran goes, no, you were in our water. Say you're in our water and we'll give you the line.
Where's the line? What do you think is the cause behind that?
Well, there are many, many ways to think of it, but historically, have governments ever faked incidents or incited incidents in order to get them into wars? Nations
has that happened historically? I'm sure it has.
Yeah,
I don't think that...
All right.
That's a fair question. Look, that's a fair question, and is it beyond the realm? No. But again, this is not the U.S. It's amazing how liberals want to blame Bush, who is an ass, but this is on Britain. They want us to stay out of it.
Well, they see Britain as our puppet anyway.
Sure, Britain's been a good aid, but a good ally, but this is on them.
If we really wanted to start a war with Iran right now, that might be one thing. But there's no way we could just go in and start a war with Iran with all the crap that's going on in Iraq.
I agree.
We don't have enough soldiers to do it in the first place. There's no, there was a protocol involved in the Iraqi thing. No matter how dumb and fake it was and here's my pro-Bush speech, how phony the intelligence was as far as what got us into the war, how the story of why we were there changed after they realized that there weren't the weapons they thought were there. But before that, how long did we go with trying to get the UN and get France and Germany on our side and everything and all that stuff that failed? She thinks this could just, 15 British soldiers getting taken by Iranians is going to get us in a war.
It didn't in 1979 when there was how many hostages they take in 1979? There was no war.
Yeah.
Carter, who I admired for it, tried a helicopter rescue. He lost 8 soldiers. There was no war started in 1979.
No.
When Ayatollah Khomeini overthrew the Shah of Iran and chased him out.
And why can't this fat lump of crap realize... Oh, not you, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
No, you've lost
about Rosie
recently, Jimmy.
Why can't she realize that Iran is a fundamentalist bunch of monsters They were protesting that they wanted the English hostages killed.
Of course they were.
They had signs, kill them for Allah. They must die. You know, they're a bunch of friggin' fanatics.
Well, Rosie continues with her theory.
Of course she does.
Here we go.
So what do you think is really happening with the ship that was in there? You think that these British soldiers were used as pawns to try to ignite another war against Iran?
Well, I just think if Iran really did take them and they really wanted to hold them hostage, they would have done what they did during the Jimmy Carter era.
Wait,
right?
you don't think that they really were
What?
taken?
Well, of course they were taken. But my point is that if they wanted to hold them, if this was a purposeful attack by the Iranian government to provoke an international incident, why would they say, well, we'll let them go and we're not going to harm them?
Well,
we will let them go, we're not going to harm them, but you have to admit you came into our water. And British go, well, we're not going to admit that. Yeah, but we're not going to harm them. We're going to let them go.
Dude, oh, what a moron this woman is. They say that all the time. They kept promising they were going to let our hostages go back in 79 also. They didn't. They say they're going to do that. That's one of their tactics. And then they renege on the whole thing. And then they parade him in front of the TV with video clips of them forced to sign things.
Well, that's the video we're watching this morning that they're admitting they were in Iranian water. So, all right, why aren't they let go yet?
Yeah, why didn't they let them go?
They're still there.
Stop it. Rosie, you're out of touch, fat dyke.
Then again, I mean, look, am I 100% convinced they weren't in the waters? No.
I don't know. Who are we to know?
I don't know. I'm not convinced either way, but they're not going to kill the hostages. I don't know why I talk so quietly like that would somehow make my point valid.
They're in a war in a nation that is right next to Iran. Whether they went 10 feet into their waters or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. Apparently the British have a GPS and ship records that show that they weren't in their waters. But, of course, no one's going to believe that. They could just conjure that up. But I'm more willing to believe that they wouldn't send 15 guys in there in a little Zodiac boat to make an international incident.
And how far into the waters were they? We're talking...
Yeah, it was really nothing.
It was really close,
It was less than, I think, a third of a mile.
Are you kidding?
Like 0.3 of a mile into their waters is what they were saying. It's something inconsequential. And and the protocol in this situation, it happens all the time, is to escort the ship out of their waters. That's what happens. You don't take them and hold them. You warn them and say, you're in our waters, get out. And they turn around and get out. That's what you do.
Why can't, this is what I love. People like Rosie, it's like, it's never the fault of the Arab nation, like, or the Middle Eastern nation. Why couldn't it be Iran trying to somehow get themselves mixed up in it? Why couldn't it be Iran who feels they need some kind of a justification to get militarily involved, and they're using this as an excuse to throw themselves in the mix because they haven't been able to find a way in? Like, why is that not a possibility?
Yeah, how about you speak up on that? Maybe they want to throw themselves into this whole thing and make England look stupid. This is Rosie.
Tony Blair wants to get out of there. His people are hating him in England. He wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he's done. He's out.
Yeah. All right, more from Kathy Bates. Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm saying that in America we are fed propaganda, and if you want to know what's happening in the world, go outside of the U.S. media, because it's owned by 4 corporations. One of them is this one. And you know what? Go outside of the country to find out what's going on in our own country, because it's
Al Jazeera?
It's frightening. And if you don't,
we're being brainwashed as a whole country. I think not.
I think democracy is threatened in a way it hasn't been in 200 years. And if America doesn't stand up, we're in big trouble.
Oh boy!
How about the
Cuban
internet? Missile crisis? That wasn't threatening.
She says it's controlled by 4 companies, but how about the internet?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more info that is available than was 10 years ago.
And the stuff she's reading one-sided stuff that's the opposite, the polar opposite of what she's talking about. We're being brainwashed as a nation, and then she reads the opposite of that, which is just as bad.
She listens to the BBC.
Yeah, the BBC.
The BBC.
She's listening to Al Jazeera if you listen to her. Jesus Christ.
And then Kathy Bates made this point about, Rosie O'Donnell made this point about 9/11. Look for yourself, looking like Kathy Bates every day. More and more like her.
Crazy eyes.
From Misery. Wow.
Let me ask you one more thing. Do you think the government purposely misled the American people to believe that Iraq had something to do with 9/11?
No.
Yes, says the crowd.
Do you believe that the government had anything to do with the attack of 9/11? Do you believe in a conspiracy in terms of the attack of 9/11?
No, but I do believe that it is the first time in history that fire has ever melted steel. I do believe that
Shut up.
Oh, boy.
Just
Here
shut
we go
up.
again.
Watch something and educate yourself, you fat load.
Here we go again.
Oh, the steel thing.
Here we go again.
Enough. First of all, when she's talking about the Iranian or Iraqi tie-in to 9/11, I'm with her on that one.
Yep.
I didn't see any evidence of Iraqi involvement in 9/11. Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden, that's fine. Iraq was busy with Iraq. Iraq was so self-centered with Saddam in there. That's all they needed. Iraq was happy with Iraq. As far as 9/11 goes, yeah, they tried to make a tie-in. And we bought it at first with all these weapons of mass destruction and these pictures that they were showing us. And that was the bill of goods we were sold to get us into the war. And then when all that started leaking out that it was not true, then it was, we're here to give them democracy. So when the whole reason for the war changed, that's when everybody started going, uh-oh, what are you doing?
I gotta agree with that caller that called about a half hour ago. You're very pro-Bush.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. It's very pro-Bush.
Sure.
You and Rosie both.
Jesus.
Unbelievable. Do you hang out with Rosie?
Yeah. Me and Rosie. But then when she goes into this 9/11 crap about the first time fire melted steel, why won't people listen to the fact that iron beams do not have to melt to a liquid state before a building falls down, before a steel building falls, especially the way these were constructed? Why can't people understand that they just have to be weakened a little bit to get a little soft? And then when those beams bend, the whole structural integrity is gone and the building falls down. Why does it have to be dripping metal?
Here's the rest of her statement, and then we'll get into this a little bit.
More garbage.
Time in history that fire has ever melted steel. I do believe that it defies physics for the World Trade Center Tower 7, Building 7, which collapsed in on itself. It is impossible for a building to fall the way it fell without explosives being involved. World Trade Center 7. World Trader 1 and 2 got hit by planes. 7, miraculously, the first time in history, steel was melted by fire. It is physically impossible.
And who do you think is responsible for that?
I have no idea. But to say that we don't know that it imploded and it was an implosion and a demolition is beyond ignorant. Look at the film.
Ignorant.
Physics expert here from Yale, from Harvard, pick the school. It defies reason.
Let's get one. Okay.
You stupid fat lesbian. She is a moron. Who is going to... You know something? Please, with an open mind, please listen. If she watched anything on demolition of buildings, I love it. I love watching these programs on what it takes to demolish a building. I watch these guys, they're family-owned businesses, been in these businesses for years. It's grandfathers working with their grandsons. And what they do is they strip a building. Then on the support structures inside, they drill a crap load of holes, which are then loaded with explosives. And then these wires are all brought out the building. Then they use these big steel tension cables connected crossways up the whole building so that when the beams explode, they're pulled in by these cables. So that makes the implosion and the whole building fall.
Just collapses without...
Do you know how long it takes to prepare a building for demolition? Do you know the work involved? And the what access you need to parts of a building that these people are typing in their cubicles while mom and pop operations are bringing fuses in over their heads? Could you hold this, please? What is it? C4. I'm going to be shoving it in the hole that I'm jackhammering over your head.
Your cubicle just happens to be right next to where I need to be.
And no one has said a word about this.
Can you go take a cigarette break?
This idiot has no idea the engineering it takes to destroy a building and implode it. And she thinks it just coincidentally they had it loaded up, ready to go when two planes hit the towers.
Not one witness came forward to say, yeah, I saw suspicious activity. I was working late one night and all of a sudden The building's filled with plumbers. I'm thinking, why are they here?
Why are they here? And how come they drilled 18,000 holes in our building? I'm really serious. And I don't know why there's 18,000 cables running out to a box a quarter mile away from the building. Why is that? No one noticed it.
You know what you guys are missing? I do actually an explanation.
Oh, yes, Jimmy.
There were people working who saw this, and they said, "What are you doing?" And the construction workers actually said to them, "Nothing, but just keep this under your hat."
Under your hat, they used.
They said, "Keep it under your hat."
Mum's the word.
You on the question
idiot.
This is between you and I.
Fat-headed moron actually thinks that was a controlled detonation. Like we've seen many times on TV when they show it. But if you look a little deeper and know what it takes to demolish a building in that fashion, a controlled demolition of a building, you would understand how stupid that blubbering idiot sounds.
Well, here we go. Mike in Syracuse. Mike?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Love your show.
Hey.
I got a couple of things here. One, you know, it goes both ways because the building didn't collapse from the engine fuel from the planes. It collapsed from the thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of paper that, you know, were burning, as well as the engine fuel and a multitude of other things.
Everyone knows why the two towers collapsed. They were hit by aircraft, and the fireproofing came off the beams. The beams then got soft. And with all that weight above the beams, the buildings came down just like they were supposed to when that happened. The other building she's talking about, Building 7, was hit with debris in such a way that it started it on fire, and it structurally destroyed the front of the building when the towers came down. So it was leaning. You can see pictures of it leaning over with the entire front of it, the bottom front taken out, and it's on fire. So that one, too, is meant to fall down. The idea that it was a controlled demolition makes this fat dyke look like the moron she is.
And why would, by the way, if once you have the towers down, if they're hit by planes,
then why do you need, that's what we said in the office, why do you need to take buildings down?
No one's going to be angry till 7 falls.
Right.
Silly.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think the towers were necessarily collapsed.
It's like Voss going up after Dane.
Yeah, but I think that there's questionability at the...
Questionability is not a word, sir.
Yeah.
The Pentagon, I feel that could have been a little conspiracy.
There's no conspiracy.
Really
look at the information, and not just the right-wing or left-wing information. Look at the information that's out there. It's so obvious what happened. The most... God, why do I even bother? You could see it. You could see it was an aircraft. Well, it's a cruise missile. They shot it into... No, they didn't. There were Muslim extremists. They hijacked planes and killed people with them. One for them.
There's around the Pentagon, there's missile defense systems. They actually are on 24/7.
Yeah, sure they are. Sure they are. Where were they?
They're there.
No, they're not. They're not. We thought they were. Everyone was under the assumption that the White House, the Capitol, and the Pentagon had these secret James Bond missiles that came out of the ground when there was a threat. It doesn't happen that way.
Wait a minute. I don't even know if he's wrong. But, dude, why would... You have to understand, it was happening so fast, and civilian aircraft is supposed to be in that area.
Yep.
If that was an attack by foreign planes, then maybe they do have those defense systems, but maybe they're not, like, up and ready.
If a missile was shot over... Yeah, civilian aircraft, and by that time planes were scrambled. They weren't close enough. There were things going on. It's a cluster F that day. It happened the way everything was supposed to happen, just like real humans. It's screwed up. There wasn't this great plan in place that we wished our government had. The government's just like every other job you go to. Go there, you have this impression that it's going to be something, and then you get there and realize it's just a bunch of people doing a job, and there's mistakes that are made.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. There are these missile defenses. I'm sure there are guys that are ready to run up on the roof with a Stinger missile or something on the Pentagon, but there's no James Bond-looking missiles that pop out of the lawn. Don't be silly. A plane hit the Pentagon, just like it hit the trade centers, and just like it hit the ground in Pennsylvania. It just happened. It was an awful thing. Don't look for a conspiracy. Don't look for Fat Rosie for her dopey information off of these stupid websites that are full of nothing but crap.
I will say, though, I think that there's footage of the Pentagon being hit that they haven't released. I don't believe there's only
probably
one camera
is
aimed at that building.
It probably is. And I'm sure it shows an airplane hitting the Pentagon.
All right, Mike, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Punch it out.
Goodbye, Mike.
Syracuse coming on strong this morning, by the way. A lot of calls from Chicago, Boston, and Syracuse so far.
Good.
Hey, we got Robert Rodriguez. He's in the green room. We're gonna lighten up the mood a little bit on the Opie and Anthony show next. He is the director of the first movie of Grindhouse.
I oversimplify things. That's because it's simple. You're looking to work too hard at this. Don't work so hard. The simple answer is the answer. Muslim extremists pulled one over on us. They got us. I know it's hard to believe, and it really is hard to take, because there's no one that can be held accountable for it. They got us. What are you going to do?
Can we get Kathy Bates on the show today? I mean, Rosie O'Donnell?
Good luck. She wants her own forum where she can mouth off without anybody getting in her face. She likes blindsiding people.
You know what we have today? We have Robert Rodriguez coming up on the next break.
Good.
And then we have Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath at 8:30, yes. Robert Rodriguez, the director of the first movie of Grindhouse. It's a double feature. I don't know if people understand what Grindhouse is all about yet. Although the articles are everywhere now, so I hope they do. You got two films, and Robert Rodriguez...
old school, double feature.
...is the director of the first one. And I'm hearing his film is very, very good. We'll get into that next. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Right on. Let's get right into this. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. In studio, Robert Rodriguez. What are you doing?
We're yapping.
Well, yap on the air, man. Wait, what were you guys talking about?
I'm talking about the difference between, like, watching a TV series on a box set and then you get in the hotel and you have to watch regular television, how much it sucks when you're sitting there and you realize, like, they rope you in because they give you a bunch of movie at first. And you're like, oh, this is good. Wow, well, they haven't played a commercial in a long time. And then toward the end... It's like 5-second blips of the movie in between these huge stretches of commercials. You want to kill somebody.
I'm a fan of the marathon. Or getting the box set and just do it. Like you were saying before the show.
Box set.
You did Lost all weekend, right?
Yeah, you got to do that. You just pop in disc after disc. And it's like when I go to Atlantic City or Vegas and I'm playing poker, I'll just be like, all right, one more hand. And you pop in one more disc and it ends and you're like, I'd really want to know what happens after that. All right, one more disc, just one more. And before you know it, it's midnight and you got to get up at 4. You got no sleep.
Can I ask Robert a question, dude? If you did, I'm going to smash my fat face. Did you direct Swimming with Sharks?
Swimming with Sharks is a friend of mine, George Wang, did that.
Right. You love that movie.
He's a good friend of mine.
Brilliant film.
Jimmy loves that movie. No,
he was an executive assistant over at Columbia when I was there, and I kept telling him, man, quit your job and go make a movie. Look how easy it was for me. I made El Mariachi. And then he quit his job, and it was a good job. And I was like, oops. I hope he makes a movie. And he did, and he made that terrific film.
Well, you're here to talk about Grindhouse, and the buzz on the movie is unbelievable. The articles are all over the place. We had Kurt Russell in on Friday. He was great for us, man. And you direct the first film. A lot of people got to understand it's a double feature. Like this is old school stuff.
It's really crazy. Well, even in the old days, they wouldn't show two brand new movies together. Right. Usually one that had been around for a while, and then maybe a new movie put in together.
Right.
But this is just I had an idea about 3 years ago to do a double feature because I'd done a 3D movie that did really well. 3D hadn't been around in a while, and it drew back. Now it brought back 3D. There's a lot of 3D movies.
Sure.
I thought, what else was an old school traditional way to show a movie that would rope in audiences for today? Because people have been talking about theatrical exhibition going down, people staying at home more, and so I thought a double feature would be really cool. I took it to Quentin. He loves double features and said, we got to call it Grindhouse. And so in like 5 minutes, we came up with this idea to make this really unique experience where there'd be two full features. They're each about 85 minutes long. Wow. And then fake trailers in between for movies that don't exist.
Yeah, I hear they're hysterical.
And I hear the trailers are just amazing for these movies that don't exist, almost to the point where you might want to make one of these down the road.
We might have to make all of them. Right. It gets such a huge response.
Yeah. I could sit and watch like old school trailers for hours, man. You get on some websites and watch them because they were so, action-packed.
No, they totally oversell them.
Yeah.
And, the idea we had with Grindhouse was, back in the day, they'd have these amazing posters and trailers. Then you'd go see the movie, and it was like,
and the movie sucked.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we have the means and the time to actually make these movies better than the posters and better than the trailers that we're selling. And it's just wild to see it with an audience. Go with a group of friends and watch this movie because it's like a rock concert. People just go nuts because the movies are really short and it's just one hit after another, and people are just screaming.
Yeah, that's what I hear, everybody. I can't wait to see it, man.
Absolutely. It's over 3 hours.
It's just over 3 hours with credits.
And we all get...
What's funny is it doesn't feel that way because both movies are short, so you forget that you even saw the first movie. And after the second one, every time we have a premiere screening, they go, we wish you had double screenings because we just want to go right back in and experience it again.
See it again.
Yeah, it's almost like the phenomenon of watching your discs.
Yeah.
Once you put them in and you start watching, you just want to keep going.
The guys behind the scenes here, they all went already to see Grindhouse, and huge thumbs up from the staff of the Opie and Anthony show. Our audience is going to love. And you direct the first one, Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
Yeah.
Is there any connection between the two at all? Any bleed in at all between the first and
There's
second
supposed
feature?
to be two completely different movies, but we ended up... in grand fashion of some of these double features, like sometimes you'd go see a Pam Grier double feature and she'd be in both movies, like The Warden in one. Right. If it's a women in prison movie, she'd be a prisoner in the next one, even though they're completely different movies. Rose McGowan's in both. A few characters are in both movies.
We're obsessed with prison films.
They're hot.
Yeah, female prison films.
The old ones, yeah.
The old school ones.
You're going to like this movie. This is almost like a zombie movie, but then around midway through, it turns into a women in cages movie for a bit.
Really? Oh, cool.
20 minutes. It goes into a different subgenre.
How great was it watching Linda Blair be held down? What a naughty little convict she was. Isn't that lovely?
That's right.
She was taught a lesson.
Oh, those were the best. Those Laura Gemser, who was also played Black Emmanuel, used to do a couple of those two women prison films and really got me through, my 14 through 18 years Cinemax, 3 in the morning, bag whacking. Lovely.
And that's what's cool about those movies. People think that they're just exploitative, to women, and actually they were empowering pictures, and that's what we do in these too. I think women really love these movies because of the empowerment, and the women really take over the movie after a while.
I got to talk to you a little bit about Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Loved it. I remember I went into a Blockbuster. It was when we were up in Boston, and I used to watch a lot of videos before we had to be there. We would do an afternoon drive. It was the bomb. You didn't have to, wake up, stay up as late as you want, out all night. Who can't be to work by 3 p.m.?
Right.
It was one of those deals. So I watched videos beforehand, so I went there, and I picked that up. It looked interesting. Knew nothing about it.
Right.
And the girl at the counter says, "Have you seen this?" And she goes, "Did you look at the back of the box or anything?" I said, "No." She goes, "Good. Just watch it. Don't look at anything."
That's the
best. Okay, what the hell were you guys thinking? Did you think people are going to like this, or that it's weird that it goes from this really cool, that movie could have just been about these two criminals.
Right. And we used to say the best way, we said it's too bad that people are seeing it in theaters right now because the trailer gives away that it's vampires.
Yeah.
The best way to see this movie is later when someone's watching it on cable or on tape and they pop it in and they know nothing about it.
That's how I saw it. It was like, what the hell is going... It's a vampire movie?
You're like, what am I drinking?
Yeah, what happened? It was a crime movie and... it turns into a vampire movie.
What's funny about that is the script was like that too. You'd be reading and you turn the page and go, wait, what happened?
Did they mix up the scripts here?
That was his first script, and he couldn't get it made for years because people would say, this is all wrong. It's a Desperate Hours type movie in the first half, and vampires, it makes no sense. Get out of here. And then Pulp Fiction hit, and suddenly they were like, this is great. It's like 2 movies in one.
Yeah.
And we're able to go make it off the success of Pulp Fiction.
Some tells me that was the closest thing you're going to catch to Tarantino's personality, too, was the way he was in From Dusk Till Dawn, just a psychopath. That really, I think, grabbed him.
Where he's hearing the voices that aren't there.
He wasn't really acting, was he? That's him.
He actually came in with that character. Oh, he was acting, and he was terrific. He was just really great to direct.
Yeah. And it was a big surprise to me. I was a big Pee Wee Herman fan watching the old HBO special of his Pee Wee's Playhouse type thing where it was a little more risque than his television show. And there was a character on there named Hammy who used to put shoe mirrors on and look up girls' skirts. And it turned out to be the guy that was in the band at the Titi Twister.
That was my friend Tito Lariva. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tito's.
Who's really turned into a really good musician, I gather.
Oh, he's an amazing musician.
Yeah.
He's a musician first.
Because that song, I love listening to that song that's playing when what's her name comes out and starts.
Yeah, Selma comes out.
Yeah, Selma comes out and starts dancing on the table.
I do one of the fake trailers in Grindhouse. Where Danny Trejo's the star.
Oh yeah.
Machete. And Cheech Marin's in it, and that guy Tito's in it. So you'll get a little throwback to the Dust Till Dawn.
Yeah, Danny turns up in everything.
He does. But it was great to hear people just go ape for him, being the star of his own fake movie.
That's awesome.
He gets the women, and he kills the bad guy.
Right. What do you think is the best directed film you've ever seen?
The best directed films?
Yeah.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
Sergio Leone.
I love that movie.
That was and back at the time, it was just kind of ignored.
Stuff really holds up.
Yeah, it holds up.
You know, you watch that, some of the shooting scenes are fantastic. Like people not just doing that, grab their heart and fall down or something like that. It's you feel the power of it. The guy spins around and hits the ground, which I just thought was great on those old movies.
I think he was the first guy to shoot actually like in one frame, like while both people were on camera without cutting. Like I think he was the first guy to actually show us shooting while we were both in the same frame and show you get shot. Yeah, I think he was the first guy to do that. Boring fact. Good.
and of course one of these things that it's a urban legend about you. I don't know if true or not, but the wheelchair dolly.
Oh, no, absolutely. You used to use a wheelchair for a dolly.
You used to actually have a cameraman in a wheelchair.
I was the cameraman.
You were the cameraman, of course.
One of the other actors pushed me, and it was in Mexico when I shot El Mariachi. There was a little hospital right there next to my friend's house, so we went and borrowed their one wheelchair, and we'd go down, push down the street, and it would be cool because I would be looking up at the actors because I was sitting and would give real heroic type shots. And during one of the shots, a guy runs out from the hospital and said, we have a patient coming in. We need the wheelchair back.
Take your dolly away.
One wheelchair they had.
Good place to get surgery.
All right.
One knife, guy spitting on it, putting it on his shirt.
Hey, what's the deal with the medical experiments back in the day?
Well, that's how I funded my
I was reading up on you, and I guess to raise money, you'd let them experiment with your body a little bit.
On me, yeah.
We've done shows on this, and they'll call like crazy, like, yeah, I tried this new drug for schizophrenia or whatever. But
every drug that comes out has to go through a extensive.
But some of these are really risky because we read an article and you could get a lot of money because some of they need people. But
the riskier, the more money you make.
So they get the drunk college kids and
totally. I mean, Austin, Texas is the biggest college town, so they have a big place there called Pharmaco, or at least they used to when I was there, and they would just draw people in by the thousands that needed money. And I had 2 jobs just for tuition in my apartment. So if I wanted to make a movie, I had to go make a score like that where I was stuck in there for a month and make $3,000 or whatever. The worst one was, I was really excited because it was 7-day study and you got $2,000. I was like, wow, $2,000 for 7 days.
Nice.
I wonder what they do to you. I need it. So you go in there and you sign up and then they tell you what it is and they say, it's a speed healer drug. How do you test it?
Oh, no.
They wound you. And you're listening to this, that they're going to take 2 punch biopsies out of the back of your arm, put speed healer on one, placebo on the other, then cut away that section of the arm, sew you back up.
Ew.
And you're like, it doesn't sound very good, but mentally we already spent that money. You're kind of like, I hate that. Sounds, well, I guess it's just a small hole. But then you have 2 identical scars on the back of your arm, which looks really stupid when you're on the beach.
Yeah, what the hell happened?
Every once in a while I run into people in town in Austin that have the same scars, and it's like the brotherhood. Hey, remember me? Remember that time?
Damn, that's horrible.
It was, but then you took the money. I bought like a video camera, went and shot movies, and
it worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out good.
What did El Mariachi cost you?
That was $7,000.
$7,000.
People thought that was like so cheap, and I thought, man, do you have $7,000? You can lend me?
That's a lot of money.
You're in college. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Were you surprised though that storyline was able to launch you into like feature films?
Well, the plan, I had a really good plan. I thought, I'm going to go make 3 low-budget Mexican action movies in Spanish and just put them in the Spanish section. No one will even know it's me. And just sell them to Spanish video. That's why it's in Spanish. And get my practice that way. I'll be the whole crew. I'll learn how to do photography, lighting. I'll make like 3 of them to really get better. And then I'll go with the money from that, make my first American independent film. But the first mariachi movie ended up being released by Columbia Pictures. And that was my practice.
How did that happen?
I sent it to an agent to see what he thought of me making 3 of those, and he said, well, this is great. Let me send it as an example to the studios. And then they bought it and decided to remake it. But then when they looked at it closer, they said, well, let's send this to film festivals. And ended up winning Sundance and winning festivals.
Yeah.
And people really got inspired by the fact that I made it so inexpensively, and that's what started this whole revolution of, independent filmmakers making really low-budget movies themselves.
Film is called Grindhouse, and I love what they gave you guys on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. 1 double feature, 2 wild directors, 3 bloody hours. They just give you guys a really nice...
Well, there hasn't been a film made like this. I mean,
Never,
I hope everyone understands it's going to be quite the experience in the theater.
What really is cool is that when you sit there, that's what you feel. It's like, I've never seen anything. It's like a cinema circus because there's so much going on. Different filmmakers contributing the trailers.
You got Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
He did one of the fake
Eli
trailers.
Roth,
right? Eli Roth.
Sure. Yeah, myself. I did one. And I think people are just going to feel ripped off now when they go to a regular movie and they just see one picture with commercials in front of it.
Yeah.
This is just so cool.
I gotta tell you, everyone finds a reviewer they respect, and the guy I respect is Kevin Smith. Mm-hmm. He's on our show a lot. His quote is simple. Kevin Smith's thoughts on Grindhouse: effing loved it, effing fantastic, so insanely good. 3 hours long, but he would have sat through it again had they offered to rerun it right away. See it as soon as you can. That's from Kevin Smith, and a guy we talk movies with from time to time and respect. So,
is it out yet? I'm sorry. Is it out
Friday?
Oh, it did come out Friday, or it is?
This Friday. This coming Friday.
Okay, so it's coming out this Friday. I imagine it's opening all over the country.
Yeah,
I'm going today. I'm going to one of the screening. Yeah, I'm going today at 6 o'clock. If you want to go, Jimmy.
I either that or I've got plans to stalk Black Sabbath at XM. So if I'm not there thrown out by their people, I'll go see it. If not, I'll wait until Friday.
Yeah, if you go Friday, it'll be the hardcore crowd always going.
That's going to be
sick. That's going to be unbelievable.
That's a movie to see in the theater with a lot of people.
It is. It's just it turns into a rock concert.
Yeah,
it really does.
A lot of experience, definitely.
Quentin would call me the next morning after each screening like that and go, "Did that really happen?" He just kept thinking it didn't happen. He didn't know how we're going to top this now.
We got him tomorrow.
Oh, he's going to tell you how exciting it is.
Yeah. You got any dirt on him?
Dirt on Quentin?
Yeah, give us a little something we can hit him with.
Nothing on Quentin.
I was reading up on him.
I've only known him 14 years.
Over the weekend, and he was talking about his movie nights at his house. That's got to be just one of the most amazing things to be part of.
Well, that was why I sort of wanted to make this movie. You go to his house and he shows a double feature and puts trailers in between, and it's so much fun. You just go, man, this is so much better than seeing a movie in a regular theater. We got to recreate this experience for the people around the world.
And that's where it began.
And that's where it began, yeah.
And it's not the films like, let's see Caddyshack and Animal House. It's like
some of them are some really good ones.
Like black exploitation films, prison flicks,
kung fu movies,
all that stuff, right? All the bad B movies. Oh, the other thing about Grindhouse, really fast. The ratings board gave you a little problem, but
no, they didn't.
But in the end, you guys walked out of that meeting kind of happy that they didn't cut it too bad.
Yeah, no, it was a rumor that they hadn't even seen it yet, and we actually were a little disappointed they didn't give us that much trouble.
Oh, really?
No, they totally got it. The tone of the movie is one that's not. People don't really know sometimes what grindhouse means. They just think it's a house where people go in and get grinded up.
Right.
It's like, no, it's a reference to the old theaters. But, no, it wasn't bad at all.
Okay.
They gave us no trouble.
I heard about a trampoline scene. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see.
Oh,
in
no,
its entirety.
See that? Oh, no, it's there.
It's there. They just cut it a little bit.
All right. They just put some scratches. It hadn't been aged yet because the movie looks like it's been aged.
Yeah, that's what they did too. They scratched up the film a little bit, make it feel like it was made a while ago, and some scenes just end and says scene missing or something like that.
There's sometimes a whole section missing, and when you come back, half the people are dead. The person's left with that person. It really plays with that whole idea. People just go crazy for that. They love that. And then you totally can pick up where it left.
And I have a feeling you guys have a hell of a DVD on your hands.
A hell of a DVD's coming.
I could only imagine, but the movie itself is going to be great. The reviews so far are unbelievable. Robert Rodriguez from Grindhouse.
Thank you very much, man.
Absolutely.
He directs the first film, Planet Terror, that you're going to see coming Friday.
And Friday, Tarantino directs the second one, stars Kurt Russell, Rose McGowan. It's just an amazing film. Everyone has raved about it, and it premieres this Friday all over the country.
Yeah.
So go see it.
All right.
Psyched.
And we'll continue in just a bit.
Man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A Uncut and Live, continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right on, right on, right on. Robert Rodriguez, very cool guy, man.
Sweet man.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Make sure you check out Grindhouse this Friday. I'm going tonight. I can't wait. I haven't been excited about a movie in a long time. Actually, I was talking to my mom, and we talk about movies.
Yeah.
She goes, and she always asks me, have you seen any good movies lately? And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? No. I can't remember the last good movie I went to. In a theater. I can't remember.
I just saw 300.
How was it?
I loved it. Thought it was great. Just amazing battle scenes. People get all picky. Yeah, half the movie's in slow motion. Good. People were bitching about Gladiator. Oh, when Gladiator came out, they were bitching like, I didn't like the way Ridley Scott did the fight scenes because they're too blurry and too like the shaky cam as they were fighting and stuff like that.
Because they weren't used to filmmaking like that. That's what made that so cool. No, I don't think anyone did that before, where it was all close-ups and it just made you feel like it was a real fight.
300 was so cool. Like, they'd be in normal motion and then slow motion shot of someone just hacking someone's leg off.
Yeah.
Blood squirting out in slow motion. Really cool movie. And just, those epic battles and...
But in general, people are loving 300, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you said people were bitching. But
some people are just like, nah.
How about Blades of Glory?
I've not seen that yet. I shan't be seeing that.
Oh, no. What's that? Oh, no good?
I don't know. It doesn't look good.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I mean, that's not fair. We hate when people do that to us, but it doesn't look good. I
guess
I should see it and then make my opinion, but...
I'm kind of tired of
sick.
That act.
They got to start making comedies like they used to. It's the same crap.
With balls, you mean? Like some kind of
With
balls?
balls, right. The PC police have ruined comedies, I believe, for the most part.
I think it's almost time for Will Ferrell to start pulling that comedian goes a little serious thing.
He tried that.
I think it's time. Did he?
What was that? What was that movie? Oh, my God, we rented it, and an hour and 15 minutes in, I was watching with the Philly crew, and a room full of people, hour and a half in, hour and 15 minutes in, we finally were brave enough to all thank you, Stranger Than Fiction. We're all brave enough to go, does anyone else think this movie's going nowhere and sucks? You know how we've all been there, you know, you're sitting and you're watching this movie and you're committing to it and it starts off slow, but you're like, maybe it's just kind of revving up and it's going to get to a point eventually. Hour and 15 minutes in, we finally realized, oh my God, this movie blows.
Really bad?
Yeah, but you kept hoping and hoping and hoping it was going somewhere, and it just never went anywhere, and we gave up on it. And then
the comedians, comedy actors doing that, when they go serious, it kind of takes them a couple of movies to get up to speed.
It was brutal, and then we finally said, screw this, and then we're like, what else did we get from Blockbuster? We got Murderball, which is an amazing documentary if you haven't seen it yet, and we threw that in.
What you're saying is it was no Spanglish.
Yeah, Spanglish.
Hey, look, Robin Williams was a Juilliard-trained actor. He does great serious films. Sometimes they're better than comedies.
Yeah, very good.
Awakenings and, Dead
I like his serious movies way better than his comedies. I don't like his comedies. I really don't.
Well, Garp was good. I mean, he's got some funny ones. Mrs.
Garp
Doubtfire
was amazing.
was funny. And I thought he was funny.
Mrs. Doubtfire was funny, but you kind of, put him in a woman's suit, whatever. But, I mean, his serious movies are great. I saw a movie over the weekend also that I just popped it on because nothing else was on. It was a really good movie. The Assassination of Richard Nixon. It's Sean Penn playing a guy that just loses his mind because his life sucks so bad. He plays such a great, pathetic loser. Yeah. Who's just got a failed marriage, a horrid job with horrid bosses, and he wants to make a mark on his life, make a mark in society. So out of this crazed, delusional mind, he decides he's going to try to assassinate Richard Nixon because he's like this focal point of his frustration with life. And I've never seen Sean Penn do a better job or anybody do a better job at playing a pathetic, sad sack. The guy was really good, so if you get a chance to see it, I think it's on HBO this month.
When did it come out?
2005. 5, maybe.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. And I hate Sean Penn, but
Yeah.
I think he's a really good actor.
We got to be fair. Michael in Harrisburg, Blades of Glory, 69% good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
I respect Rotten Tomatoes because they take all the main reviews from all the papers across America and give you one review.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the papers even in New York are schizo. A movie will get it 1 star and the next paper will give it 4. So Rotten Tomatoes gives you a nice average
And
score.
averages it out for you.
And 69% means it's a fresh tomato, which means most critics like the movie. Over, I guess, 50, they give it a fresh rating.
Fresh tomato.
Let's say hi to Cigars and Scotch. Cigars and Scotch, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I saw 300 on Friday.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to it. The cinematography was brilliant. I mean, it couldn't look any better, but it was supposed to be based on a realistic battle, and there's goblins and ogres in it. It totally screwed it up for me.
Well, they kind of they didn't throw in a lot of that stuff, and I think they didn't throw in goblins and ogres more than, like, really physically deformed people, very exaggerated, but it wasn't like they were monsters, like that stupid little hunchback thingy. That could have been some diseased guy from way back when, way over the top, but...
They were monsters, though, because there was, like, this Jabba the Hutt guy with these, axe arms that, like, decapitated the generals.
Oh, yeah, that guy. He was kind of cool. Executioner, big fat guy.
Hey, Cigars, where do you live again?
Middletown, New Jersey.
You want to take the trip out to Long Island to see Bob Saget?
What day?
It's going to be April 20th. It's a Friday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm just offering you a pair of tickets. Westbury. It's the North Fork Theater in Westbury, Friday, April 20th, Bob Saget.
Yeah, that rocks.
I think a bunch of us are going, so once you hold on the line, we'll give you a pair of tickets, all right?
Thank you, absolutely.
All right, cool. Cigars and Scotch, he does a lot of
just
great
for
things.
throwing in a good phone call. He does great Photoshops.
He does amazing
good
stuff on the show. Amazing stuff. Know what? I was watching TV and they were talking about, I forgot the name of the movie, and Aunt saw it too. It's Children. It's on DVD now.
Oh, right. The Children of Men.
And they said, every once in a while there's a movie that hits theaters and no one gives a crap about for whatever reason, and then it hits DVD and people are like, you really got to freaking rent Children of Men, they're saying.
Yeah.
That it should have gotten a lot more attention in the theaters than it did. But you saw it and you were like, you had mixed reviews, right?
When I saw the trailer, I was all psyched. I thought it looked like a great idea. I love anything that's kind of post-apocalyptic. Kind of like that idea. It was mankind pretty much doomed because no one was having kids, and then this African woman is pregnant, and they're taking her somewhere. Explain to me where. I had no clue. There's a war going on. I have no clue. The end of the movie, I have no clue.
It got 91% reviews. Good reviews
That's fantastic.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Thanks a lot, because those are critics. I don't know what was going on in that movie. I don't know where anyone was going with this pregnant woman and the baby. I have no idea. That's where I was left.
Yeah, I haven't seen
the credits started rolling, and I was like, rewind.
What?
We missed a chapter. This wasn't burnt properly.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Oh, it was
Ixnay on the burnt properly.
I saw the Queen.
How was the Queen?
Very well acted.
Yeah, it was.
A little slow.
I knew it was going to be slow, but then again, I saw it on a plane, so
it didn't matter.
How fast does it really have to go?
You weren't going anywhere. Who cares?
There's a scene with a scene with her and Margaret Thatcher, where they had let's just say something with two ends that look exactly the same, and the old butt cheeks were clapping together. I was laughing, high-fiving my girl. She dozed off in my lap, which was really not what I wanted her to be doing there. She just fell asleep.
That's slow, huh?
Oh, it was awful. I was so irritated.
A little slow.
Good movie, though. I mean, well acted, but, all right, we get it. You're stoic.
You're stoic.
The Queen is for queers.
Exactly.
I'm not watching that. I have my limits. Oh, by the way, people want me to give you a pair of tickets to see Bob Saget for your terrific phone call with Mancow last week.
Oh,
we forgot to give you the Bob Saget tickets for that fine phone call.
Thanks. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
All right. Well, anyway, we got Black Sabbath or Heaven and Hell.
Black Sabbath, you can call them. That's what I call them.
Heaven and Hell, Black Sabbath, Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Jimmy will make sense of the whole thing.
That's perfect.
The ass kissing will commence in about 15 minutes.
I am going to be completely honest.
Oh, wow.
They were wonderful live.
Oh.
They were. Dio didn't miss a note.
Oh, he's an amazing vocalist.
It really is.
Voice.
I was
amazing.
clapping like a little girl.
Really?
Just clapping. I look like a fat chick. I'm just standing there clapping happily. Disgusting. I make myself sick.
Hey, we got an update on the Chocolate Jesus. Remember we were on to that story on, Friday?
Yeah.
What's the
Chocolate
deal?
Jesus.
There's a hotel here. An artist decided to get some attention.
He made Chocolate Jesus. Jesus made out of chocolate. But the problem is he's nude. He doesn't have a little chocolate loincloth on.
Oh, have white chocolate.
That was the problem?
That was one of the biggest problems, is that he was nude.
I thought he was made out of chocolate.
Out of chocolate? I don't think the Catholics care what you make him out of, as long as you show respect.
When are the Catholics going to be outraged?
Unless you make him out of manure, then they don't like that either.
And I was brought up Catholic. When are they going to be outraged that we kind of worship a bunny for Easter? They have no problem with that.
I think some hardcore people might have a problem with the bunny.
They don't really come out of the woodwork every year, though. You know, you do the Chocolate Jesus, there's an unbelievable outrage, but let the kids worship a bunny every Easter.
Yeah, it's the...
And go on an egg hunt.
An Easter egg hunt. Are they going to do that on the White House?
I'm sure they will.
This year. By the way, 6 people dead over the weekend. Great. Have a little Easter egg hunt at the White House.
It's amazing how they're offended that you're showing a penis. It's like it's not a sexual thing. It's just a naked guy. What's the problem?
People are so offended by the human body here in this country that it's offensive how offended people are. They have Jesus. He was supposed to be hanging up in a hotel lobby, I guess, and the hotel finally caved in and said, "No, we're getting bad press." But then the artist said he's getting a lot of offers to have it displayed in other places. I don't know, gay bars, perhaps.
Yeah. Let's display it here for a day. Get the artist on the phone.
I would love to.
I know what the problem is, by the way. They said that the fact that it was made out of chocolate, and they saw the version in white chocolate, and the penis was smaller.
It was smaller, yeah.
Can we get it displayed here? Or is the company going to freak out?
They would freak out.
I say we have then we do it over at the other joint.
Sure.
We display it for a day, and then we'll let the listeners line up and check it out. Get the artist on the phone, Steve.
How we're going to keep Steve from eating the same part day after day. The artist's going to have to come in with another tube of chocolate. Slap it on.
You can try any part. Why that one?
It's so tasty.
It's not gay because it's chocolate.
How many licks does it take to get to the center?
All right, hey, so here's your update.
The controversial Chocolate Jesus, now on the move since its bittersweet removal from a Manhattan gallery. The dark chocolate statue is now riding around in a refrigerated truck, kept secret from the public. The artist says offers to display My Sweet Lord are coming in from around the world. But he believes secrecy is essential to protect the statue from fanatics who, he says, are looking to destroy his art.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You can't destroy art.
Hey, just make another one. It's chocolate.
It's chocolate. Lighten up.
It's not like you made it out of gold flecks. It's not hard to get more chocolate. Just make another one. Have 2.
Yeah.
We'll eat one, laugh.
Crack off an arm.
Yeah.
Someday we're just going to ignore these people, the controversy, and just go forward with...
And realize, oh my God, they don't have any power.
Someday.
Oh my God, they really can't do anything. And then we'll have the freedom to do what we're supposedly free to do in this country, which is freedom of speech, freedom to offend people.
Blah, blah, blah.
Apparently, these people, for some reason, people think they have power.
Yeah.
When they open their yaps, they go, okay, we're sorry. Oh my God, don't do what you're going to do, even though we don't know what it is. We know you have a lot of power to do things, evil things, horrible things.
Jimmy's been just writing, like, Black Sabbath questions all morning.
I have a couple. I'm just nervous.
Oh, nice. Are you all nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. Very psyched.
You came in very happy today, Jimmy.
I was.
I guess we need to have Black Sabbath in every day.
He was like, tra-la-la.
I came in all happy and would say hi to everybody, and he was light on his feet. I'm like, damn, you know what? We got to book Black Sabbath every day to get the happy Jimmy.
I traipsed in here. I was just
a little early, by the way.
I couldn't help it. I was up at the
Oh, was it like trying to sleep on Christmas?
Yeah, it was.
Christmas Eve.
I kept having nightmares that I was. I had some really weird dream that I was being beaten up and that I overslept. It was just awful.
Aw.
I overslept.
Did Black Sabbath cuddle you and make you feel better?
No, it wasn't homoerotic.
Oh, okay.
Not
Sorry.
this time, anyway.
I'm sorry about that. Much enjoy those.
Do we care about Bellows' bike?
Stupid Bello.
Do we care?
Oh, it's just idiot news today we're playing.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus.
Ringling Brothers.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum
and Bailey.
Try to say that fast. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and
dopey
Bailey.
Clown with the
hair.
pin hair. He's got like almost a mohawk, but
he lost his
what it is, spiky hair.
He lost his itty-bitty bike.
Opie, the world's smallest bicycle, which he rides around on in the under the big top.
Does he?
God, do I hate circuses.
They're awful.
You couldn't drag me to this primitive form of entertainment. Ugh.
It should have all just disasters of nature, like real freaks, while people just laugh and you get like things to throw at them like rotten fruit.
Rotten cabbage. You just haul it at somebody with 3 ears. Wouldn't that be great? As he goes, no! That's a circus. But they changed it into watching some stupid clown ride his little bicycle that he put in a suitcase. And apparently, I don't know how, but he lost it.
Yeah.
And we have a new hero. Remember the subway Superman? Who the guy that jumped on top of another guy that was having a seizure and saved him?
Yeah.
From the subway train?
Well, we have a new guy.
A new guy.
He's a homeless guy.
Of course he is.
A homeless guy found the bike. The itty-bitty bike.
The little bike that he rides around on.
Do you know when I go to the circus and I see the elephants traipsing around happy and regal, you know what I think? I'm going to go home and play the piano.
Right, tickle those ivories. I would love to see him just go berserk and run over the first row of children. Oh, would that be great. Catastrophe at the circus today. Hate the circus. They stink. I remember being at the circus when I was a kid. Little kid. And you know how those places like Madison Square Garden and stuff just as a kid were giant? Like you could, when you walked in, it was the biggest place you'd ever seen in your life. And we had the crappiest seats. My father got us crap seats.
Because he was too busy drinking. He drank away your ticket.
Come on, Dad. One less bottle of Jack, one row forward.
Maybe we can move up a few sections.
Move up a few seats.
If you didn't drink away all the money that you should have spent on our tickets, our childhood.
I was sitting up in the nosebleeds, and we're watching the stupid circus, and all I could see were the elephants.
You sat with the poor people.
Yeah. Everything else was too small, so I saw the elephants, and I wanted this light that was on a chain, and you spun it around, and it made like a circle of light. So I wanted that, and of course I'm like, yeah, because I was a big crybaby. But I want it. So he finally bought it for me, and I'm spinning it around, and after like 3 revolutions, it hit the metal rail in front of me and shattered into 800 pieces.
And you cried.
The circus stinks. Yeah, and I started crying again. I want another one. No. I want another one. I gotta go to the bathroom. My stomach hurts.
You wanted another one. You couldn't have it, but I'm sure your dad had another one.
Beer. Why not?
Another beer for Pops.
Should have given me one. I might have shut up.
Anyway, do we care about Bello's bike then? I guess a homeless guy found it, and they gave him a whole $1,000.
You give him $1,000 to a homeless guy? What's he going to do with that?
Yeah, but they got away easy because they knew he was homeless. Let's be honest here.
They also gave him a mountain bike. They gave a homeless guy a mountain bike. A 10-speed mountain bike.
Just something to be beaten for. I'm
exactly.
Sure 3 weeks.
See, that's what people don't understand. They make fun of us because we do the homeless shopping spree, but we have educated ourselves by doing that year after year.
Yep.
And you can't give the homeless people stuff they can't hide.
No, they need stuff they can hide.
We learned that the hard way.
And stuff they can wear under layers of crappy clothes.
Right. As soon as you give a guy a brand new mountain bike and he's living on the streets here in New York, that mountain bike is gone by tomorrow.
Yep. You buy them nice sweaters and stuff like that, you got to let them keep their crappy overcoat to wear over those sweaters so they don't get rolled for their sweaters.
Right.
See, it's easy.
All right, so we don't need to play the audio. There's your update.
I guess not. Well, the homeless guy finding it, he's going, I saw it. I didn't know what it was.
All right, now
you might want to. Yeah, you might want to hear.
See, now you brought it. See what we just did. Now people need to hear the audio.
I just want to hear the homeless guy.
A clown is smiling today thanks to a good Samaritan. Bello Knock has his famous bike back. The star of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Thank God we made the clown happy again. Screw the homeless guy.
Doesn't the clown
just suck? Look, I don't care about homeless people in general, but we do suck.
Yeah.
Thank God the clown is smiling again.
The clown is smiling.
Thanks to this homeless guy that will be on the streets after this story is over.
Doesn't the clown just put smiley makeup on and he's smiling?
Right.
Does it matter really if he's smiling or not? I say no.
Look how we just ignore the homeless guy. It's just a dread.
Thank God the clown is smiling again.
Barnum and Bailey Circus accidentally left his 12-inch bike outside Grand Central Terminal Friday.
It's probably the thing that I'm most famous for because I have used it everywhere and anywhere I've gone.
Meanwhile, Ricky Robinson saw the bike lying on the street.
What was this?
A curious contraption.
I didn't know what it was. Everything was working, but I didn't know how anybody ride it.
You know, that's not the... I guarantee they got some great quotes from this guy.
Yeah.
We can't play it on the news. Like, I thought it was a cell phone.
I thought it was a crack pipe. I was sucking on a handlebar and trying to light the pedal.
Right. You know that was,
I didn't know what it was.
I thought if you poured water on it, it would turn into a big bike.
A big bike? I didn't understand.
After seeing the story about Bello's missing bike, Mr. Robinson brought it to the garden. In return for his kindness, he gets a $1,000 reward, a new bicycle, and tickets to a Knicks game. But Bello and Robinson agree the circus audience will also get a big reward.
You are going to help me make a lot of kids very, very happy.
That's good. That's good.
Well, I like kids to be happy.
I like kids to be happy.
That's good, but why don't you make me happy?
Why can't I go to the circus?
Who are you?
Who are you, and what is this thing? This ain't no bicycle.
All right, we're in a speed round because Jimmy's panicking. We got Black Sabbath.
Got a break.
I just got to play this really fast thing. Everyone's talking about it today. The newscaster in Salt Lake City, he gets caught sleeping during the weather forecast. It's a quickie, and then we'll take a break and we'll get Black Sabbath in here with Ronnie James Dio.
Yes.
But this happened in Salt Lake City. Yeah.
But there's something out there.
Wait, I don't know what happened. Let's try that again.
Doesn't look like much, but there's something out there. Oh, hello, Mike.
Got him sleeping.
You know what?
That was a great weather forecast, wasn't it? John kind of has that effect.
That was really good.
I had that effect on. Who's directing? Doc, you will pay. You will pay.
You're supposed to tell us in our ears when it's time to wake up.
That was cute.
Usually I hear the 5-day forecast and then I snap out of it. Too bad it's a 7-day.
But he was in deep REM during the 7-day forecast.
That's a power nap.
I feel great now.
Okay.
I feel awesome.
Mike's ready to tumble.
Let's do this.
You are not napping.
He was napping.
That is excellent.
You know what? We all do it.
Yes, we do.
I don't. I listen intently to the news in my ear. That is good stuff.
All right, obviously this makes for a much better video than an audio bit. What's the deal? The weather guy falling asleep.
Oh yeah, they cut away and they were doing whatever topic they were on, and then they come back to the news desk. It's like a wide shot, so you see all four of the guys, and the guy on the end he's just out, kind of, with his back like into the chair, and they kind of have to wake him up.
You hear him kind of go, huh?
Yeah, and they're trying to he's trying to play it off like it's fun, and I was just goofing around, but I mean he was just busted. He was just busted.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
All right, we got a break. We got Black Sabbath coming in next. Jimmy's going to interview his heroes. He loves this.
I certainly do.
He can't wait. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
There are whispers between the screams that this deed can be done. Even sinners must dream, and I can be the one to make the devil cry.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. That voice just gives me chills there, Ronnie. Ronnie James Dio. We got Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. Black Sabbath / Heaven and Hell in studio.
Ronnie, Vinny Appice, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler. I could not be happier that you guys came in today.
I thought for sure he was going to say something else. That song gives me something else.
It does. Believe me.
It won't be easy, but
I'm glad you guys got up. I mean, I know that you and Tony were like getting up kind of sucks in the morning, and I'm glad you guys made it in.
Why should these guys have to get up early? They've earned the right to wake up at 3 in the afternoon if they want.
That's what we said.
Exactly.
See ya.
Walk around.
Did you go to bed last night?
Do you? How about turning that mic on?
Early in the
There we
morning.
go.
We don't have your mic on for some reason.
There it is.
Is the
Now
mic
it's
on?
Is it on?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Mine's not, is it?
Yep.
All
right. All right, good. We usually 4 mics, 1 gets screwed up, but I think you're okay.
Yeah. 4 is, we can't even comprehend 4 mics.
I went to the show on Friday night, and man, were you guys fantastic. You don't miss a note. I got the chills when you were doing Heaven and Hell. It was just amazing.
Thank you.
You didn't miss a note. You were fantastic.
He said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard a British voice. I kind of knew to look in that direction.
I missed 3 notes.
You missed 3, huh? Ronnie, what do you do for your voice that keeps it? Because there are a lot of guys that, you're talking through the 70s, the 80s, 90s, guys that have just blown their voices out, especially that sing with the intensity you do. What is it? Luck? Is it something you do?
I guess some of it's probably luck. I would imagine most of it is technique. If you know what you're doing, you can deal with it.
Because a lot of people wouldn't think of you as somebody that actually thinks of technique with singing. They're thinking you just balls out, singing, and you are using the proper technique so you can keep singing over the years.
Absolutely, you have to. I mean, if you just blow yourself away by just screaming and shouting from up here, see, everything comes from the diaphragm. It's all technique.
There's nothing sadder than seeing a band whose singer is well past their prime and hasn't taken care of their voice and can't hit those notes. So it's just so cool to get some chuckles, from the band. You're not saying anything, but there's a few chuckles.
Yeah, you can't see the band. They just kind of looked at each other and a little chuckle.
Yeah, a couple of chuckles. No, but Ronnie James, man, you kick ass. Absolutely, the voice is right there. It's amazing to listen to.
Thank you, Ants.
How is it being on stage without Ozzy?
Ants, what are you doing?
Hey, Ants.
How is it being on stage without Ozzy? I mean,
It's the same for Ronnie.
And what, did they play Radio City?
Yeah, it was amazing. And Eddie Trunk, I went to see them at Eddie Trunk's show, and at the end of it, he thanked everybody for being in the studio, and he goes, I want to thank Jim Norton for looking like a stalker. I just stood there. I really am like Hinckley. I just stand there and look at these poor guys. I try to talk, and I'm just creepy.
You are frightening. When
you guys do understand he's your number 1 fan, right? I mean, I'm not even kidding. There's no one that is a bigger fan than Jim Norton as far as Black Sabbath goes. And I wish you guys would come in every day because we get the happy Jimmy. He's skipping around the joint. He's got all sorts of memorabilia and pictures and. No, I know.
Usually a miserable sot.
He usually sucks, but today he's all happy. He's saying good morning to everybody.
He was in the front at Hall of Fame as well.
I don't know if that mic's on.
Is that mic on?
I don't know.
Because Tony just said I was in the front at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I got pictures. I hijacked the press conference. This stupid press is trying to ask when's the next album coming out, and I'm up in the front row, and they're like, "Sir, could you sit down?" I'm like, "Just die already." I must have asked 20 questions, and it was fan questions. I wanted to answer fan questions. I didn't want them the same corny questions because the press kind of douched him for all those years. So it was nice to be able to ask fan questions for,
Jimmy felt like he was asking. He wanted to outdo the press and everybody else with his Black Sabbath prowess, his knowledge of Black Sabbath, and I think it made him come off like a complete stalker.
The first time I met Tony and Geezer, they were doing a signing in Philadelphia, and I got a little over anxious. As soon as they got off the bus, I'm over there with a camera.
Oh, the worst thing you could do, unless you're a chick.
And I know exactly. If I was a chick, would have been like, "Come on." Their manager's like, "All right, just wait a minute." And then I'm trying to talk to Tony as he's walking by. I'm like, "Yeah, but I'll be interviewing you next week on XM." This is like a year ago, and he goes, "Okay, great." And then a minute later, I'm in front of him with a camera, and he goes, "Oh, you again?" I freaked him out the first time.
How are the fans taking you guys? Are they really digging it? Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's been really surprising to us. I think that there's been this much attention given to us. I mean, just the band. Selling Radio City out so quickly was probably that was the forward to all of this, really, and everything else kind of followed through as well.
There aren't many bands that can go out with 2 completely different singers and still attract huge crowds.
Their fault.
It's all you guys. Yeah, it's all your fault.
It's incredible how young the kids are as well that come to the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they're also, it's weird because I was driving through town and I went right past Radio City and you see kids and they're with their parents.
Yeah.
And the parents look like degenerates. These guys are all like, they got like, they're completely bald. They might have a little rat tail in the back, and then their kids are just kind of strutting around. You guys, and I thought I saw you crossing the street, but then they got their kids with them, you know, and their kids are digging it.
Maybe we can do diapers on the next.
Diapers.
Actually,
is that mic on?
Actually, we have a merchandise thing that in the Dio band, and they're called Holy Diapers.
Holy.
Did he leak?
Probably.
And I was amazed talking to these guys too, because you have the same problems that we do. Like, we do a traveling virus, we do a comedy tour, and you were saying that you weren't happy, Tony, with the sound check because you guys didn't get to really complete the sound check. What happened with that? Like, you go in there to play and...
Well, we were hanging around for ages, and then eventually we were allowed to go on stage. And
that mic's not on.
Oh, it's kind of on.
No, it's on. It's just echoing.
Is
this one on?
The other mic is picking him up.
Okay.
There we go.
Thanks.
We, you see?
That's not on either.
That doesn't sound on either.
Keep screwing with them.
There you go.
I'll use this.
All right.
It's off again.
We got on stage, and it lasted a couple of minutes, and then we had to stop. So basically, we didn't have a sound check, and we had no proper monitor check or anything. And because we were filming that, it was really important as well that we got a sound check. But
how the hell did you not get to do a sound check?
It's called union.
Unions.
Union.
Christ.
That's what it's
we heard
called.
this voice from the speaker: "Stop! Stop! Stop!" And that
Everybody
was it.
off the stage.
Everybody off the stage.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Black Sabbath wants to warm up, and they're filming a DVD, and the stupid union has to jump in. In the middle of the song?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like this.
Tony put a
be the
curse
first
on
time.
them, so that...
Good.
That'll stop them.
I know about the evilness. It's got to work.
What time did you guys have to wake up this morning?
We just stayed up all night long.
Did you drink? Do you drink? Are you a drinker?
Uh-huh.
Ronnie? Oh,
Ronnie goes, yeah.
Uh-huh. You got anything?
Yeah, right. What
I
do
would
we got?
love to have you guys loaded in the morning. Believe me, I
This
passed
hour.
a stupid opening day. I was a Yankee fan like Ronnie is, and they had opening day tickets behind the dugout. And I said, do I want to go do that, or do I want to go stare at four men at XM later on? And I passed up those stupid baseball tickets so I can go and watch you guys talk to Eddie later. I just don't want you to think I'm dangerous. I have no weapons. I'm a nice fella.
I'm going to the stadium. Hell, you could take my place.
Oh, how great would that be?
See the game, man.
Let's just blow it. I was going to bring you a Mariano Rivera signed baseball, but I figured that'd be too groveling and needy, and he probably knows Mariano. I'm glad I didn't do it. But way to mention what I almost did, which would have been nice for the band. The CD is called Black Sabbath: The Dio Years. It's a lot of stuff with Ronnie, and it's also 3 new songs which are phenomenal. I heard them. The Devil Cried, and there's one with Shadow on the title, which I don't remember.
Shadow of the Wind.
Shadow of the Wind.
Air in the Wall. Yeah.
And could you tell me about the CD? I'm really psyched you guys finally putting something out with you on it again.
Well, all of this started because they asked us if we had anything new, or old, new, the things that hadn't been heard before. And we didn't, we don't. We just kind of write for the project so we don't keep things on the side. If it wasn't good enough to be on the album, then we don't deal with it. So they asked if we would make this a bit more of a special presentation for the people who are going to pay the money for this, and would we write 2 songs. So we talked about it. We agreed to do that, and that was really what kick-started this whole project. And as you can see, we wrote 3 songs instead of 2 because it just went so well.
Yeah,
Great.
good, man. And the thing I was thinking about this morning is like Ozzy, is out of Sabbath in like 79 or early 80. And everybody succeeded. Like, I mean, Ozzy did really well on his own, and then you come in, and I think what you did was harder because you had to replace a guy who was very well loved, and you put out Mob Rules, Heaven and Hell, and then again Live Evil. And were you nervous coming into that situation and replacing a guy who was so associated with the band as a frontman?
I'm never nervous about anything.
No, you don't care?
No.
Why the hell should he be?
Well,
right?
I don't consider myself to be him. I consider myself to be me.
Right.
I only have me to present to all this. So, you shouldn't be nervous about, what you think you can do properly. So it's not a problem for me at all. I mean, the worst part for me, I think, was probably the first month of the tour that we did in America, because I thought that, that the sign that I should be using was this one because that's all they saw.
The middle finger? Were they jamming their finger up at you?
It wasn't very nice. Wow. Because once again, when you're put in a position of having to replace someone who they did care about so much, a lot of the adamant fans, saluted me with the middle finger a lot. So I just added the other finger to it. So then I created my own little thing,
That is your thing. People on radio can't see it, but it's the pinky and the pointer finger up, like the devil horns.
Get that thumb down. Get that thumb down.
Oh, did I put the thumb wrong? I'm just a nervous Nelly.
You're in Hawaii. Mahalo.
Little faggoty girl hands I have waving around. Trying to do the devil horns. I'm getting picked up by other men outside. I really make myself sick. So you guys have like a whole American tour hooked up. I'm really happy that you guys came in today. I'm really, you don't know how pleased I am. And I know that you were concerned that you weren't going to make it in, but I'm really, and Geezer, you look sick. Are you alright? Can I get you anything?
I was just nodding off, actually.
Nodding off, and Jimmy.
To get him up at this time of the morning, it's a bloody miracle.
Are you usually not up at all? Like you live the rock star life?
If I'm just about going to bed.
You stay up all night normally drinking and causing a problem?
No, I don't drink. I've never drunk in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
They're all laughing. It's funny. I remember somebody the other night kind of screaming into a mic. It must have been somebody else. It wasn't.
Oh, that was my nephew.
I have a good photo to show you off air of us taking a picture together. It's really, I've never been happier in my life about anything.
Hey, did you guys, writing the new songs, any different technique than the old days, or did you have to, was it harder for you guys to write something in a new millennium than it was years ago, or did you just keep the same formula?
I don't want to hog the mic. You want to go for that one, Tone? Oh, never mind. I'll take that one.
Give him a mic that works. Crank him up.
No, it was really easy. Really simple.
How come that mic can't work?
Yeah, why?
God damn it.
Why? That one doesn't work either. No, it's...
What the fuck?
Take mine?
Come on.
Do this.
Yeah,
we can get 4 mics to work in here, can't we? I'll give mine up.
If there were 3 fat chicks, they would have them.
3 fat chicks, every mic would be working.
There you go.
There you go.
No, it was really simple. We just sat down and just like it was in the past, just come up with stuff, no end of different things.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, obviously, I know as I get older, my comedy kind of changes, my taste in things change. Did that affect you guys as far as your writing went? Are you able to write about the same stuff you did, 20 years ago?
No, I don't think so. I think this was, definitely, from my perspective anyway, as a lyric writer, it was different. Because I think, there's an example of that really. When we got back together the first time we had another reunion, when we did the album Dehumanizer, I think everyone expected the album that we were going to give them to be, Heaven and Hell Jr., because that's what people expected after 10 years of not being together. Well, they're going to give us Heaven and Hell. Well, we went completely the opposite way, and I think that in this same way, we didn't want it to be Heaven and Hell. We didn't want it to be those, but because we are what we are, we're creatures of the same writing habits. I think they could have easily populated any of those albums that I mentioned. So it just was this unbelievable lack of gap. For some reason, at this time, 14 years later, we wrote the same way, which is why it worked the first time. So, not a problem.
Right.
How surprised are you guys? I mean, you start in 1969 or 68, you first get together, and then here you are, X amount of years later, selling out a 5,000 seat or 6,000 seat venue in under a half hour. I mean that's pretty miraculous, and you're doing it with not only a different singer, but a drummer that wasn't originally with the band, a great drummer, Vinny Appice, who came in on the Heaven and Hell tour, and then you did Mob Rules, you did Live Evil, you did Dehumanizer. So he's a legitimate member of Black Sabbath, not just a Bill Ward replacement. I mean, you've been with Sabbath quite a while.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the extended family here.
Right.
Yeah. So actually, I've done 3 albums with Ronnie singing, and Bill did 1. So I'm actually a couple up on Bill here, finally.
It's kind of cool. It's like this really weird, like, it's kind of like a bunch of guys who are just banging the same chicks, like back and forth.
Yeah, very incestuous.
Yeah.
Musical incest.
Yeah.
You guys ever swap girls, do you? Do you ever swap chicks at this point, or are you just kind of like done with that part?
We can't tell.
We swap.
One of them now. Your turn.
Yeah. He's got what he had a couple of months ago. Well, did you, Ronnie? Did you see the episode of South Park with your character in it? What did you think of that?
Well, I was really worried about it, to tell you the truth, because when they first called and said we want to do we want to do a South Park about Ronnie. Initially, I said absolutely not, because I've seen what they've done to other people.
Oh, yeah, crucify him.
What they promised me, they said, look, we're really, really big fans, and we wouldn't do anything to make him feel bad.
Yeah.
So I thought, if you want to be an American icon, you got to have that in your resume. So
that's pretty much it.
I said, okay, and they were really kind to me, but if you remember the episode, they were not kind to the drummer.
No.
He eventually turned into a monkey who was having a wank. Yeah. Sorry.
Was that you, Vinny?
Supposed to be. Was that me?
Probably.
Oh, it was the drummer. So it probably was. Turned into a wanking monkey.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Well, they sussed you then, Vinny.
That's not bad. I guess all those years you put in, and that's what people remember you for, being a wanking monkey. I guess I kind of respect that in some odd way. Like, you guys will never have that claim to fame to be a wanking monkey. So, all right, so the girls are not as prevalent as they used to be, or are you just guys kind of done with that and over it? And
non-existent, and I meant not as prevalent.
That's like one of our road shows. Jesus Christ, a bunch of fat guys.
It is amazing how many guys. Was there ever a guy in the band? Did you guys ever wind up all right, well, I'm the one who usually gets stuck with the fatty? Was there anybody who kind of got that tag thrown on them?
No, I think we always look for the fat ones because they're the easy ones.
You're just thinking about craft services, let them come up, you stem on them, of course.
No, we don't even bother looking for them.
Oh, that's awful. Just get off stage and go, why bother?
Where's the bird?
There's times as a comic where I'm on stage and I just know, I'm having a bad show. Do you guys feel that ever too? Today, when you're on stage, you're just going, this is this is not what we want.
Sure.
Yeah, I think everybody must have that,
What do you do? I mean, you can't pull it.
You can carry on.
I guess that was a stupid question. What did I think they did?
They cry and run off the stage.
They call their mommies.
I mean, the worst for us is you always want to do your best, and if something goes wrong on stage, it's always upsetting, really, in one way or the other. If something blows up or you can't get the proper sound or whatever it might be, that's what affects us, really.
I know as a singer, because I used to sing in a few rock bands in my day. There were those days where right when you stepped out, you just knew, wow, I am on tonight. I could hit notes all night long. And then there were some of those nights where you're like, oh boy, this one's going to be a little bit of a chore. You're building up the notes about a couple of seconds ahead of you, and you got to take that extra breath. You ever have those nights where you're...
I've had those nights, but that's usually due to, as you'll remember, having a cold.
Yeah. Cold to do it.
Don't have a cold, everything's cool. But, singing is such a physical task that, for me, it's worry more than anything else. If I think I'm going to have a problem the next day, I can't sleep at all. I do nothing but worry. I test my voice all the time, all through the night. And
you ever think you're going to be shot, and then you get out on stage and just sound amazing? Mm-hmm. Isn't that something? Yeah, I never understood that. It's like, God damn, I can't. After doing maybe 4 days in a row, and you're like, oh man, I'm getting a little chewed up in the throat. This is going to be a bad one tonight. I hope you rearrange the set list a little bit. And then you get out there and go, what the hell was I worried about?
No.
No, of course not. You're amazing, you bastard.
The worst thing for a performer is when you have to take a dump the minute you walk on stage. There's nothing more horrifying than that heavy feeling in your stomach, and you're like, I got another hour and 10 to go. This is not going to be easy.
Well, we wear a lot of rubber trousers.
You talk a lot about nerves before, but you guys, ever when you're walking out, still get the butterflies, get the nerves?
I don't.
No.
I do. Well, the first gig of this tour in Vancouver, I was literally cacking myself.
Really?
In the bog all day long.
You were nervous?
There was nothing else to come out. Yeah. I think I was still doing it when I was on stage. Thank God for Depend.
And not only do you guys have a new album, you are doing an in-store too, which I know is tomorrow, Tuesday afternoon at 6 p.m. Where exactly is it?
Best Buy.
Best Buy where? Midtown Best Buy. You guys are going to be signing Black Sabbath, the Dio years.
Yep.
I will somehow manage to weasel myself over there
you will.
As well. But,
why wouldn't you?
You want to go down and meet the guys. You've all been really nice every time I've met you, so I love you guys, and I'm so happy that you're back out. And
Thank you, Jim.
a lot of success, man. A lot of success.
Guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Continued success.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks, Opie.
And we apologize for the mics not all working. I know that's kind of frustrating, so thank you guys for coming.
But if you knew this place, you'd go, no, it figures.
Yeah. The good part is that at least one one of them worked. That's excellent.
Well, very, very good. Thank you, guys. We greatly appreciate it. We got to move over to XM Satellite Radio. If you're not joining us over there, have a great day. Once again, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell. The Dio Years is the...
Yes, comes out tomorrow. Buy it.
Thanks, man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
We continue on XM Satellite Radio, the Opie and Anthony Show. Hola. Hola. Are we getting the other guy on? You doing it right now? Hey, Bill.
Yes.
Hold on a minute. He doesn't know you're going to be jumping in on this interview, all right?
All right.
All right, we're working together today. How do you like that?
Isn't that great?
Isn't that amazing how things work sometimes? All right, hold on.
We're all going to hell together.
All right, hold on. It's Bill Donahue from the Catholic League. We're talking to the artist that came up with the chocolate Jesus.
The chocolate Jesus, the nude chocolate Jesus.
And Bill is not happy.
No, I saw him on TV. Not happy.
And we've seen both sides, but we haven't seen anyone put the two together.
Yeah, I want to see the two.
So that's what we're attempting today.
Kind of talk together.
What's
I guess it's line 11.
We have the artist. Good.
Mr. Artist?
Hello?
Hey, buddy.
Cosimo?
Hey, Opie, how are you?
All right. It's Opie, Anthony,
Anthony.
And little Jimmy Norton.
Jimmy Norton.
Your
stories.
Hello, everyone.
Story's getting a lot of press lately.
Yes, it is.
See about your chocolate Jesus.
Uh-huh.
And am I right? Because I've heard this on the news, but I want to make sure. Is it nude, completely nude?
Yes, it is.
I saw a picture
with male genitalia.
Yes.
And on the cross, made of chocolate.
No, it's not on the cross. It's an ascending Jesus.
Oh, okay.
On ascending, okay.
And is it life size?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And this was supposed to be displayed in a hotel, and the hotel backed out and said no.
No, it's not in a hotel. It's in a gallery that happens to be at the corner of the hotel, and it has windows to the street. And it was going to be exhibited in the window,
right?
Like a viewing, you know.
Okay, so this would have been open to the public as they were just walking down the sidewalk.
Yes, between certain hours. There was like from 6 to 7. There would be a viewing, so the curtains would open up. And then there would be another viewing at 12 to 1 in the morning. So there was a sign saying the times that there would be this viewing.
Okay, and you didn't feel that this in any way would maybe be offensive?
It would be not to the degree that the Catholic League turned it out to be. No.
Can we ask you, what was your motive in doing it? I mean, in all honesty, what was your motive in doing it the way you did it?
In all honesty, it was my excitement to make this body of Christ come to life, and using chocolate, using an edible material.
Would you have done that with Muhammad?
No, that's simply because I'm not Muslim. And if I were Muslim and I were living in that tradition and grew up with that religion, I may have done something with Muhammad, celebrating the love I have for my God, my Lord.
You do understand, though, you wouldn't have just gotten a little controversy in news with that. You probably would have gotten killed for making an image of Muhammad.
That's the difference. My religion teaches me tolerance. And what I learned as a child was if you get slapped in the face, you turn the other cheek and offer it. So what I'm surprised here is that in America, the civil rights, the First Amendment has been trashed and hijacked here, to the point where these people were terrorized to stop from expressing themselves in a gallery. I mean, if you're not going to be able to do it in a gallery, express your views, and it is, in due respect, there is no negativity here. But the more we analyze the subject, the more we're going to talk about it, you're going to realize I'm just simply celebrating and maybe making a comment on the commercialization of Jesus and chocolate. But the truth is I wanted to put that taste in your mouth, that you can have the sweet taste as you see this ascending Jesus. It's becoming holy in spirit. Mm-hmm. Now, when I go to church and they give me a little wafer, I accept it as the body of Christ. And the celebration of Christ is his body and spirit. So I don't understand why they decided to inflame hatred, because the whole opinion is that if the Muslims, if somebody does something against Muhammad, the Muslim starts killing people. So therefore, we should do the same. No, the opposite. We should not. That's not an example.
I think one of the biggest issues, though, is the nudity was not showing respect. I think that was a problem. But to get to another view on this, let's talk to Bill Donahue, the Catholic League, along with Cosimo.
Hello.
The artist.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd have more respect for him if he was just honest, but he's not a Catholic. He hates the Catholic Church. I've seen what he said about the Catholic Church. And he referred to the little wafer here. Well, he just referred to it as a donut the other day on a show with my director of communications, Kira, so we know where he's coming from. Look, he also lied about the fact the gallery, the hotel owns the gallery, okay? Let's get this thing straight, which is why this guy Knowles, who I went after, who owns the Roger Smith Hotel, had to put out a statement. He never apologized for what happened. He just simply had his own monetary interest involved because we scared the hell out of him on this thing. It's on street level. Any kid could go in off the street, and with the genitalia exposed. They forgot to add one thing, fellas. He forgot to say that he invited the public to come in and eat him. So I guess what part of the body he would go for first, I'm not even going to comment on. But, quite frankly, I said to this guy the other night, I said, if I called this art, if this is art, then could it be art also if we had a chocolate figure of his mother with genitalia exposed and we asked everybody to eat her on Mother's Day? I asked him that on TV the other night. He never answered me. So I'm going to ask you again, pal. What's your answer?
My answer is, Bill, if you would like to do it, do it.
Wow. That's how much respect you have for your own mother?
Yeah, I know I have respect for my mother, but your expression of my mother, if you really mean that, do it. What can I tell you? That's your expression on my mother.
Bill,
I can't judge what you're going to do. Now, the other thing, Bill, I'd like to tell you is, with all due respect, this is a gallery, and it was closed to the public. You can only see it through the window, number one. Number two, Jesus was publicly exposed, hung in the public, naked. There's nothing wrong, and there's naked statues all over the Vatican, from Brunelleschi to Michelangelo. So there is nothing wrong. Now, the obsession, and I called it a donut because I'm referring to the shape, the roundness of it. I mean, you have a hard time. First of all, you're not a critic of art, and you shouldn't be messing in it because you should. And I'm not sure that you're a good representative of the Catholic religion. Not to call me a liar. You know nothing of me, and I'm not gonna question your faith either. But you shouldn't question mine. You just
assault Christian sensibilities. That's all you do.
You have stooped so low. You've shamed a lot of people. A lot of people.
I am very happy with the response that I've gotten from all these non-Catholics who are on my side in the media who came in here one after another. They're on my side.
Phil, you know what's shameful? Your words. You told me to go put Christ in a garbage dump in Jersey.
That's correct. Staten Island has a garbage dump also.
Yeah, but your roots, this is the way you want to see Christ portrayed, in a garbage dump.
No, the way you have him. If you go into any Catholic church, you see him.
Bill.
You don't see his genitals exposed. You have it as a loincloth. You know that as well as I do.
No. That was Sarah Vignola who decided to burn statues and paintings of Christ. But Christ was always naked, and he's a man. There's nothing shameful in that. Maybe you're
going to have everybody eat him on. We're going to have everybody
eat him expressing your shamefulness in your genitalia.
And you're disingenuous. You expect that you're not fooling anybody. Everybody who's contacted our office knows what you're trying to do.
Bill, I'm not trying to fool anybody. I have the Lord on my side as well as you do. Yeah. I'm simply expressing myself, and with integrity. You could bully down the establishment because of their, you went after them financially. But what do you want to do with me?
I told you it belongs in either the landfill in New Jersey or in the landfill in Staten Island. You could have your choice. That's where it belongs, in the garbage.
Point of view, and that's fine. I don't mind your point of view, Bill. But why did you stop the exhibition?
Because
you have the right to your point of view, Bill. I don't mind that you want me to put it in a garbage dump.
Because it was offensive and it was grotesque, and the public was on my side, and that's why they had to pull it out.
Bill, according to you, then, you're becoming the authority on what we should be allowed to expose. So you're now saying what would be offensive. And this is where church and state, you've crossed the line, you see?
Bill,
you know what? I'm not putting it in your church. You don't have to accept it in your church. But you know what? Roll up the carpets to the sidewalk because anything could be offensive to you.
Well, I told you some dumb Soho will put it up.
Bill, that is the SS. That's the Gestapo. If that's the way you want to live,
that's the Gestapo. So I can't even put out a news release. I'm the Gestapo now. This is amazing.
That's what you're proposing. You're proposing that.
I didn't know. I said get it out of Midtown Manhattan during Holy Week. Your little exhibition, having people go in there and eat Jesus' genitalia. I know what this is all about, and so do you. All you have to do is be honest about it.
You see, the hatred that you have in you, Bill, is that you're upset that we're very
I had the hatred. You didn't. I didn't start this. You did.
No, you started this because you know what? If you hadn't opened your mouth, people would go exhibit this, see it, and there was nothing wrong. But you started the hatred. But
Listen, I stopped violence from taking place because a lot of people would have been over there today. Some of them would have gotten out of hand.
No, listen, Bill. What I'm saying is this: we should be celebrating the fact that we're tolerant, our religion. We have.
You have nothing but intolerance toward my religion, sir, which is precisely why you.
I learned my lesson. Bill. I've learned my lesson to
just be honest. That's all.
What's that?
Just be honest. Just say you hate the Catholic Church.
I am honest. You're not accepting
this is the way
my honesty,
you like
Bill.
to express yourself. That's all.
Bill, you're not accepting my honesty. Maybe you're doubting yours. I'm telling you mine. I'm telling you, and I don't know any other way. The fact that you don't accept my honesty is what's wrong here. You're doubting.
How come the public is on my side and not on yours?
But you don't know that. You don't know.
Yes,
all
of course I know that. Why do you think they canceled the event?
No,
what do you think they canceled the event for?
The event was canceled because you terrorized them. The man is afraid. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a lot of other people that wouldn't have canceled the event. But just because you were able to bully one man doesn't mean that everybody's on your side, Bill.
Yes, they are on my side. They were overrun flooded with phone calls. You read the press accounts.
Bill, listen, the truth is, we'll find out. You know what?
And you have cowards over there at the Roger Smith Hotel. They should have stood by you then.
Well, I'm not gonna comment on whether they should have stood by me or not. They did what they did.
They did what they did.
Yes. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to tell them what they should do, Bill.
This guy knows he was a coward. He's the artist in residence, the president, the CEO, and he owns it. And he's a coward who's only afraid about the public came down his throat. He's afraid of losing his almighty dollar, and that's what got him. I love capitalism.
Listen, Bill, you're saying he was a coward because you bullied him?
Yeah, because he never.
So then you agree you bullied him?
He never apologized to us.
So you
he's basically on your side, but he's afraid of losing money.
But you agree then that you just said that the Catholic Church has the right to bully down people.
I'm not the Catholic
in Commerce Enterprise. Yes, you just said that. You're happy that you bullied him.
Yes, of course I'm happy.
That is
very happy about it.
That is
I'm going to go out and have a drink about it tonight. In fact, I had a lot of drinks over the weekend celebrating about you.
Hey, Bill, could I ask you a question about this chocolate Jesus? Are you most upset at the fact that it's nude, the fact that it's made of chocolate, or the fact that it was being displayed where perhaps children could pass by and see it?
It's basically the Roger Smith Hotel, 47th and Lexington, right down the block from the Waldorf Astoria. It's obviously street level. Yeah, that's what bothers me. Look, we have artists like this who do this kind of stuff all the time.
Now, if it was in a loincloth, would you be as upset?
I wouldn't have raised an objection at all unless they invited the public in to eat him. If they just displayed a chocolate Jesus with a loincloth, I wouldn't have said anything.
So, Bill, was it the nudity? I'm sorry, was it the nudity, Bill, or was it more the glib attitude? Like, if it was a nude, because he raised a good point about there being nude statues in the Vatican and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Was it the nudity, or was it the fact that you thought that there was a wink and a little nudge there and you knew what it was?
Well, it was the fact that it was the nudity. This is not the way we understand Christ when we go to church. And the fact that they invited the public in to eat him, I mean, this is such an in-your-face, taking the middle finger right at the Catholic community. And they chose Holy Week. You see, this is the other thing. This isn't September. They know exactly what they're doing. And so, this is a direct assault. They just wanted to tease us one more time, push the envelope, and, of course, they lost.
Cosmo, did you really say come in and eat him? And what's that?
No, I never did. No, the exhibition was in a window. You couldn't go into the gallery. They were only viewed from the street, so never was it intended to be eaten. Number one. Number two, what Bill is saying is then therefore, I can show this and he will not harass the people at the hotel and the gallery. If I show it any other days other than the holy holidays, and he should then tell everybody that he excuses himself and allows all Christians to go view it as a peaceful act of art. Because I will exhibit it on the other days than the holy days of Easter.
I know a lot of artists do controversial pieces to get their name out there. A lot of them have done that in the past, and a lot have used the Catholic religion and icons from the Catholic religion to make a name for themselves. Are you saying you've done this in no way? Was this done to make controversy to get your name into it using the Catholic religion, which, by the way, does seem to be a religion that people can kind of goof on without the repercussions of a lot of other religions, Jewish or Muslim?
So, therefore, you've answered my question. No, because I was doing the opposite. You see, I've had a lot of publicity when I did cheese in a hotel room, and I expressed my work with food. What I was trying to do here was the opposite. That I knew that it was we were tolerant, and what I was trying to do is to say, here I'm going to bring this statue as close as possible to life by putting it as an edible material. That as this Christ is ascending, I'm left with the taste of a sweet Lord. Even though he's been brutalized, humiliated, he's still leaving me with a sweet taste. That was my conversation. I did this sculpture 3 years ago, and I went to see the church, hoping, really naively, hoping that they would accept it in the church, because that's where I believe we were, that this can be in the church. It's a modern expression of our faith. That's of my faith. I had no intention not to you know what? If I wanted to humiliate this Lord, there was other materials to do it with.
Bill says that you're not a Catholic, or you're not. I mean, would you want to say what faith, what denomination you are to clear that up? Because I honestly don't know either.
I'm Catholic. I'm a Catholic Christian.
Yeah, and I'm a Mormon.
Okay, so
I don't think Bill's buying the Catholic thing.
I don't believe.
Well, you know what? You don't have to. But this is the issue. The fact that I have to make Bill, believe in me being Catholic is absurd. You know how many? What are you going to say? Anybody who expresses themselves with Jesus is not a Catholic?
No, I read what you said about the Catholic Church. You hate the Catholic
Bill,
Church. I read about you the last couple of days.
Bill,
please,
what
just
did I
be
say
honest
about the Catholic
it.
Church? What did I say about the Catholic Church, Bill?
You slandered a bunch of gangsters who run the church and everything else. I saw your comments.
No, Bill, no. You know what? What I'm
You've been
saying
misquoted,
is what you're saying. Bill, what I'm saying is what you're saying. You basically accepted that you bullied a private establishment to refuse to exhibit their work of art.
That's right.
That is what you're saying. You're a bully. And all I'm saying is you're right.
And let me just tell you something. Have you done this to Moses? Have you done this to Muhammad and everybody else? You tell me that Jews and Muslims would just sit back and say, "Oh, we think this is pretty nice. This is
Bill,
cute."
this is the bottom of it. See, everybody that has this hatred keeps coming up. What if you did it to Muhammad? What if I'm not Muslim? And number one, number two,
well, do it to Martin, the King.
Listen to me. It's just because, Bill, just because we are tolerant as Catholics doesn't mean that we're wrong.
You have a hell of a nerve saying you're tolerant. You put out your intolerant, blasphemy, obscene statue of Jesus, asking people to eat it during Holy Week. And don't say you didn't ask them to eat it, because we have that in the transcript too.
I did not.
That was the whole setup. That's exactly why people are angry.
Bill,
and there's a lot of people who are not Catholic who are angry at you.
Bill, you're ill-informed.
Oh,
what
really?
Did I tell you? I did not.
So all the media reports are wrong, too. There's 647 media reports on this, and they're all wrong, I guess, huh? Guess you have a lot of phone calls to make.
Bill, you could decipher the media from the truth. Listen, whatever media is doing, I have no control over it. But I can tell you one thing. How can I invite the people to eat it if it's closed in an enclosed space that you can't get in? You can only view it from the outside. What, eat your way through the window?
Well, I tell you, that's what your gallery guy said. He quit. Why did this guy quit, anyhow?
He didn't quit, Bill. He had to say he quit. He's the nephew of the owner of the hotel. He had to quit because he's been harassed.
This is incestuous, man.
You know where you've been sued,
I don't
Bill?
like this.
Bill, you know where you've been sued?
I bet he was going to get the first bite, huh?
Bill, you've been sued death threats on people.
Would it be his toe? Would he go for the toe?
Well, you know something? I got to agree with him on one thing, Bill. You sure do know how to bully companies into getting people thrown out of places.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll give you that much.
I mean, Bill, did I just say Jesus to Bill Donahue? Am I insane?
Bill, it does seem like, though, whereas I understand not wanting some glib, snotty attitude about Christ under the guise of being artistic, it does seem like the church or Catholics, or whatever you want to call it, have a bit of an ancient attitude when it comes to nudity. And I'm not talking about pornography, and I'm not talking about things like Mapplethorpe. I'm talking about just a genuinely a nude figure where nothing sexual is happening.
Oh, that's true, and I think that I have no problem with that. Context means everything, but I don't think that we're going to. This guy here is just trying to be jazzy about what he's trying to do, choosing Holy Week and the Roger Smith Hotel, and the public can come in and eat him. I mean, the whole thing is not exactly Michelangelo.
Was he crucified nude, Bill?
Well, I don't know that, but all I know is that in every church they have it with a loincloth around him, and that's the way we understand him.
Well, Bill, and in fairness, and again, I'm not one of these people that wants to a history revisionist, but I mean, Christ has been, it seems like historically, according to the way people look, I'm not saying Christ was black, but I do think that he's been portrayed a little bit whiter with different hair probably in the church, then you would say that then was probably historically correct. So, I mean, the church may not have gotten everything right, and you're well aware of that.
That's true.
So I mean, just because...
And I don't get offended by a black Jesus either, by the way.
Okay, but so I'm saying if that's an accurate portrayal... and it's not being done to be disgusting, then why would the nudity bother you so much? If the artist is coming out and saying, no, it was not done to be disgusting. If you're going to make an artistic statement, doesn't it seem like you'd say, this is the statement I'm making, and here the artist is going, no, I never said eat him. The media got it wrong. Isn't there a part of you that goes, all right, well, maybe the media did get it wrong?
I think that if you really want to be tolerant towards someone's religion, you portray the figure you're talking about the way that people understand him. And as I said, when we see pictures of Christ crucified, we don't see him naked. We see him with the loincloth. So if you're going to be respectful, that's what you do. If you want to be disrespectful, you show him the way with the genitals exposed, and you ask people to eat him.
But you just said...
it's very clear to me.
Forget the eat him thing, only for a minute, only because he's saying he didn't say it. I mean, the guy, maybe he's lying, okay, whatever, but he is denying it as a person on the phone. But you're saying that the black Jesus didn't offend you, and that's not the way it's been portrayed in the church. So why would the nude? In one breath you're saying black Jesus doesn't offend you, and in the other breath you're saying, well, the nude does because that's not the way we've seen him.
Well, because, I mean, the fact of the matter is that African Americans, many of them are Catholic, about 10% or so, and if that's their representation, I can understand it. I would be upset with Christ being portrayed as a woman, because we know that Christ was not a woman. Just as blacks would be offended by Martin Luther King all of a sudden becomes a female. You have to be at least somewhat close. And yes, the color of the skin is something that's open to debate. So if you want to make him darker, that's okay. But that's all within the parameters of acceptable artistic license, so to speak. This is not. This is taking license in a grotesque way with my religion during Holy Week, try to be flashy about it, and quite frankly, all these people who are not Catholic, and believe me, we've been talking to a whole bunch of them, people who have no religion whatsoever, they know exactly what this was all about, and that's why they were on our side. Otherwise, we never could have convinced them. I didn't even put the phone number or the email address or anything of that nature of Roger Smith up on our website. This is the public.
You know, I'm not going to agree with you on this one completely, Bill. There are some issues. I think art stands on its own merit. If people want to see something, then let them see it. I think the artist has a right to make whatever art he wants. But the thing that concerns me is there is a certain cowardice with these artists that they do know that there will be huge consequences and repercussions if they use another religion besides the Catholic religion. And that's where I think they wuss out. Where they're free to say, hey, this is how I want to interpret Jesus. This is how I want to interpret Mary, made out of like elephant dung. I think we had that a while back. But they will not touch Muhammad or Moses because they know that there will be more than just them getting thrown out of an art exhibit.
I'll give you another example. Harold Washington, the past mayor of Chicago, a black guy. They had pictures of him in a museum in Chicago here about maybe 15 years ago after he died, and they had pictures of him in wearing underwear. You know what the city council did? The city council ordered it out. The police went into the museum and took it out, and there was no outcry. Now, I would rather put up with any indignity before I'd ever ask the police. I am opposed to any government action. That's not the right remedy. But he has a First Amendment right to put out his art. I have a First Amendment right to object to it. And if the public is on my side and not on his side, that's what a free society is all about. He lost. That's all I can say. I have a duty to, you have an NAACP for blacks, you have GLAAD for gays, you have ADL for Jews. All of these organizations respond the way I do when they find out there's some outrage. The fact of the matter is, I have to respond more often because it's more typically I'm the one it's my religion's being attacked more.
Well, Hey, the busier you are, the better. Then you won't keep an eye on us. That's what I say, Bill.
And does the artist have any response to? Because
Cosmo,
do you have any response to? We kind of keep it fair.
Yeah, kind of polish it up here. And
no, I give the last word to Bill.
Well, what kind of chocolate did you use, by the way? Was it good chocolate?
Yeah.
Or?
Yes, 100% cocoa.
100% cocoa chocolate. That is a good.
Nice.
That is a good chocolate, Bill.
It is.
And Cosmo, any plans on displaying it elsewhere?
Not right now.
Not right now.
You want to bring it by our...
But I will ask Bill if he would accept it in the church. I'd be great. I'm glad to put it in.
Well, you already know the answer.
Bill already said Staten Island or Jersey.
Absolutely.
I just
not a landfill.
Bill, I would love to have a conversation with you anytime, and I would love to have you accept the Christ in the church.
Maybe over 2 chocolate martinis. Got it?
Right, maybe.
The problem
the thing is, Bill, Bill, really, I think
the problem I had.
I go to Irish.
Misunderstood. It was a misunderstood situation, and I would love to have a conversation because ideally this should belong in the church in a glass case refrigerator.
Hey, Cosmo.
Bill, you should be open to this. Right. Listen, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that you're receiving phone calls saying it's disgusting. There's a lot of people saying it's wonderful. But remember,
you should shop around.
Hey, but remember, it took the Christian church a long time to accept Christ.
Hey, Cosmo, can you?
I'm willing to wait for this exception.
Can you put hair on the thing? That's what really creeped me out. It was kind of a bald Jesus.
Weird. Honestly,
we're used to Jesus with the long flowing locks.
Flowing
locks.
No
rock
hair.
Star, you know.
That's nice.
There's all kinds of interpretations, but this is mine.
Right. Well, guys, why don't we just agree to disagree?
There you go, Opie. That's the answer. Agree to disagree.
We're going to agree to disagree on this one. Any final thoughts from Bill Donahue or Cosmo, the artist there?
Well, I just wish him well. I don't go out and hate people. I just think that it didn't belong there. But now that it's over, I don't hold any grudges. Maybe I will get loaded with them someday.
Bill actually doesn't hold grudges. I will say that for Bill.
Yeah.
And is it true? I mean, Bill, obviously we all know that Black Sabbath is doing a signing tomorrow at the Best Buy at Midtown, and I wanted to know what your feelings on that and the new album Black Sabbath, the Dio Years, what were.
You're going to give me more work?
All right. No. There's no controversy there. They're just a band.
I think there was some Satan worshipping rumors in their past.
No.
Hey, Cosmo, you're kind of lucky because you get to continue being an artist. Bill Donahue, he was just a nudge when it came to what we were doing, and we lost our careers for 2 years. So
yeah, at least you get to work. Jeez, yeah, wouldn't that be funny if Bill walked around with a giant jar of peanut butter and said, "You got your Jesus in my peanut butter," and then they make millions together making some kind of peanut butter chocolate.
Hey, Bill, I got to ask you this: what did you do before you were president of the Catholic League? Like, what was your job?
I was a professor of sociology and political science at a small college in Pittsburgh at La Roche, and then I was at the Heritage Foundation, and I started out teaching in Spanish Harlem with the little black and Puerto Rican kids up on 104th Street and between 1st and 2nd Avenue.
Okay. I'll say one thing. Bill's not a typical, quote-unquote, religious representative. He kind of sounds like a guy that you know.
Sounds like he loves his drink.
Yeah, I think Bill references alcohol a lot.
I like
That's
that.
true. I'll probably be arrested someday.
Is that your favorite part? When it comes to drinking the blood, you're probably first on line to get that sip of wine.
It is true that I go to pubs and not museums.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Hey, guys, thank you so much. And Cosmo, you'll find out, even though Bill kind of screws you here and there, he's a likable guy. I don't know what it is about this guy, but he can screw you, throw you out of your job for a while, but you like him.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about you, Bill.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's some kind of divine thing.
I wish Bill would hire me.
Bill to hire you. All right, you two.
They almost like each other at the end of this.
You two are great. It's like WWF. You ought to shave each other's heads or something.
Maybe you guys can bring us together.
Yeah, we try.
All right,
guys. I hope you work things out there, and good luck to both of you.
I want to say thank you to Bill, because Bill, really, you got me noticed all over the world.
That's true, Bill.
All right, guys.
Hey, what's your next project, Cosmo?
I've been trying to get a jelly-filled room, a gallery to be filled with jelly, strawberry jam.
Does anyone paint anymore?
Yeah, no kidding.
I love paintings.
No, I like the seamlessness.
Melted cheese. I hear Mickey Mouse with a butt plug is next, taking on that Disney empire.
What I do, guys, is I try to make my work seamless, in that it is part of our society.
And I just don't.
Framed. It's not standing on a pedestal.
You know what I like? I like the dogs playing poker, Cosimo. I got to tell you.
I like the cats smoking cigars too.
Cats and cigars.
Hey, wait, I got to follow this through though. So
I like Monica smoking the cigar.
There's Bill Donahue.
Bill.
See, he's a dirty boy.
I like
honest.
Bill.
Hey, Cosmo.
How do you not love Bill?
Wait,
I got to tell you something. We're still sending smoke signals, so.
Yeah, Cosmo. So the room full of jelly. Like, explain to me why that's art.
Because it feels great, and it's an experience that it's your body.
That was a bath.
The idea is that you walk into it and you have this body experience.
Yeah,
a visual experience.
I got to learn about art a little more. Like what they had those gates in Central Park a few years back.
Gates.
I was like, what a crock of shit this is.
I don't get it.
I walked around trying to experience something. I don't know what I was supposed to experience.
I got to get in on this. I'm going to make a few bucks off of this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get things a little later on, So give it time.
Bill, do you ever curse?
Yeah.
Bill, do you
What's
curse?
that?
Do you ever curse?
Oh, yeah. I'm Irish. What do you think?
Yeah. Give us one curse. It's satellite radio. And we want the big one, too, by the way.
You could probably say, hey, Cosimo, I think your sculpture's a piece of shit.
Let's go, Bill. Come on, you owe us, Bill. You owe us.
I got to beg off.
Listen, I think Bill likes it more than he's saying he likes it.
Of course.
But honestly, I think we started this backwards. Had we started this way and ended up the other way.
It'll all work out in the end.
Yeah.
Bill will go on with the church and in the Catholic League, and your art will be displayed, and Sabbath will still put out more albums. What else is there?
If there's a God, there's an intervention. I know there is. I believe truly it will end up in the church. And if John Paul was still alive, I'm sure it would be.
He was a bit of a conservative pope. I'm not a popeologist, but he was a bit conservative for popes. I don't think so.
I don't think he'd be going for that one.
And in fairness, look, I mean, the church is the church. I don't see them putting up just audience submissions. I mean, they kind of, I guess, I got to kind of side with the church on that. You can't just throw a naked chocolate Christ in and expect the church to display it. They
seem to only use one mold.
Yeah.
When it comes to their.
Yeah. Well, I have to stay on with you, but I do have this Latino radio show on the same subject, and I promised this guy Diego that I have to go. Otherwise, I'd stay on with you.
All right, Bill. Thanks for at least talking for a little while.
Very multicultural, Bill Donahue.
Bye, guys.
Love it. Take it easy, Bill.
Hey, Cosmo.
Hey, Cosmo, we'll say goodbye to you too. All right?
Yeah. Good luck, man.
Hey, by the way, now that Nooch is off the phone, you want to bring the chocolate Jesus over here? We'll have some fun.
Take a few bites. Me and you.
I'm looking for it. I'm really looking for a home for it. I really am, and that's it. I mean,
I hear you. All right, just put some hair on the damn thing.
Yeah,
so it doesn't look as creepy.
Put some. You could go to Carvel, get sprinkles.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Cosmo. Take it easy, man.
Right on.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
There you go. Look at us. Look at us with the dialogue.
That is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else got that.
That Bill Donahue, man. Is he a character or what?
I want to hate him with all my soul.
Oh my God! When we were off, there was one man I hated more than any other, and it was Bill Donahue. And then you realize, I don't agree. I absolutely don't agree with a lot of his positions on a lot of things. Believe me. But I don't know what the guy is so damn likable and funny.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. He's still talking about drinking.
If we would have talked to Donahue about that church incident, he would have heard the broadcast. He probably still would have felt the same way because of the implication.
Right, but I think if the company, Infinity at the time, would have arranged a meeting between us and Bill and could have sat down and actually talked it out, I don't think we'd have been off for 2 years.
The problem with Bill Donahue, he doesn't really do a lot of research.
No.
He has other people do it.
Other interns.
Remember Lucky Louie, all those bad quotes about Lucky Louie, and we get Louis C.K. on with Bill Donahue, and Bill's like, I don't remember saying anything.
I don't remember. Well, people look up these things for me.
And Louis C.K.'s like, this is your quote about the show.
Your beer taps opening up and beer bottles opening
right
in the background. I don't know what Pour me another one.
All right, we're going to go to break with something we wanted to play a little earlier this morning. Linkin Park has a new song out. Today's the day. Today's the day to hear What I've Done.
Is this an exclusive?
Well, it would have been if we got a little earlier, but, a lot of people out there haven't heard it yet. What I've Done. It's Linkin Park as we go to break. Check it out.
Unforgiving I'll face myself to cross out what I become, erase myself and let go of what I've
Hello, senors and senoritas. This is Jim Norton, and I'm coming to the Miami Improv. It's my first trip to Miami. April 5, 6, 7. 305-441-8200. That's the Miami Improv in Florida. April 5, 6, 7. 305-441-8200. Let's hope there's no storms.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right guitarist, right bassist, wrong vocalist, but still. Fucking Sabbath, the Dio Years is on. I'm going to keep plugging. I'm really embarrassed about that stupid Mike debacle. The Dio Years is on sale tomorrow, and the 3 new songs, I'm not just saying because I'm a fan out here. They're fucking great tunes, man. And they're doing an in-store.
I want to say, I'm not even going to mention the board, but to the message board that I thought it'd be a funny idea to say that I have fucking health problems. You know, this is why we don't fucking deal with fan boards anymore, because they're not fucking fan boards. That thing, first of all, I hear Jimmy, like, goes to the site and then thinks I got fucking medical problems.
I almost called Opie last night, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and then other listeners were, and it was supposed to be an April Fool's joke. That's fine. And don't try to bring the mayor thing into it, because it was the Opie and Anthony comedy show when we were doing that. And people knew it. There was a goof, and then the way we presented it was a goof. This is presented as if I'm fucking laying in a hospital. You know, you guys are a bunch of cunts, is what you are. And, by the way, the board that it is, I will have your fucking name. I'm working on it. I got more fucking resources than you do. That name's gonna be mine in no time. And I'll fucking put it as a link to gay porno. I don't care what the fuck I do with it. You're not gonna own the fucking name, okay? Dickbag. So print whatever you fucking want. I see right now 2 people viewing. Wow, running a Blockbuster site over there, aren't you? But it's that kind of shit that gets sites delinked and not fucking mentioned on this show. That's it. I go to other sites happily. They know who they are. I post on them, have fun on them. But this fucking board could suck my fucking cock. Done. Done. And I will own this fucking name. I'm working on it. It's our name, asshole. We will fucking own you. We will fucking own you. I got lawyers working on it right the fuck now. And I don't care how much cash I gotta pour into it. It's more than you. As you scrape up money to make a bandwidth charge, I'm fucking throwing money out the window to get this site away from you. You cocksucker. Die. Fuck die. Thank you. Now I'm happy.
I like it. Hey, you can, hey, look.
Fucker.
The people out there.
They know who they are. That ain't no fucking fan site. It ain't a fan site. These guys that think they're running fan sites, you're not. You're running a cunt site.
That's the problem I have.
And we're done with it.
That's the problem I have.
And you don't mention it, and look at the post. They're pathetic. You got pathetic little posts, because no one goes to your fucking sites unless we mention them on the show. You think you're all fucking high and mighty? We'll do what we want. We'll do this. I don't give a fuck. Good. Then we don't mention you, and the same 5 fucking people go to your site. And that's what happens. And I don't give a shit. I will own your fucking site.
When a website has more negative comments than positive,
it's done.
I'm like, how could this possibly be a fan site for our show?
Yeah, so it gets delinked, and 5 people end up going to it and bitching to each other about it. What the fuck is this? Freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech. You 5 people have a field day talking about it. Because the site will not be fucking mentioned on this show.
No, it's funny, and they bring up freedom of speech, and like, you guys got freedom of speech. I'm like, we do to a point.
To a point.
We edit ourselves every day. We're like, I'm not taking phone call 3 today. I'm not going to read that guy's instant feedback today.
Yeah.
So we control our own, like, destiny as far as what kind of radio show we want to do. And I've always said the same thing should happen with fan sites. It's not complete freedom of speech.
And fan sites are fine. People think we have a problem if somebody has a bit they didn't find funny.
Hey, by the way, why didn't you applaud that? That was a great statement.
Opie made the fucking boss made a point.
Jesus.
And it's fine if people want to say that they didn't like a certain thing on the show or anything, and it's written well and stuff like that, because everyone's not going to like everything. That's fine. I have no fucking problem with that. Posts that go like, everyone thinks the show sucks these days. That's the kind of post that you want to reach in and choke the idiot, because they're speaking for everyone. And they're not giving any explanation. Anything else is fine, like if they want to comment on certain things. But something like that is, like, ridiculous, where people think I'm in the hospital. That's a funny April Fool's gag for a fan site to put up. So my family and fucking Jimmy and actual people that read the fucking thing think that might have happened. Go fuck yourself. I'm working on it. I can get that name in no time, and I'm working on it. It's going to be a gay porno link site.
Why won't they just give you the name if they're fans of the show? That's what I don't get.
Because he's a little cunt that thinks he's fucking got the world by the balls on this one. You're going down. I'm taking your site away from you because it involves my fucking name, and it will be gay pornography. You will see nothing. When people go there, you will see nothing but big men's dicks going up hairy assholes, spewing wads of jism when you go to the site that used to be your fan site. That's what it's going to be. And Danny will monitor it every hour.
Absolutely. We're going to call it eatabullet.com.
Could you make sure there's a lot of ass cave pictures? Because
fucking gaping asses
I enjoy
will be
a good ass cave picture from
where
time
this
to time.
Great fucking fan site used to be. You fucking cunt. You're done. Fun site, you douchebag.
All right.
Hate these fucks.
All right.
And now fighting back. Not going to sit there and take the shit anymore. Fucking fighting back.
And the thing,
asshole.
You raised the point, too, it really is, no one thinks that we're above criticism. I mean, look, no one likes to be criticized. It's human nature.
Yeah.
But I've actually read things, whether it's that board or the other two, or I've read things about myself that I didn't like that actually rang true. I'm not a blind idiot when it comes to criticism. There are things I do on the show. Too many AIDS jokes, too many. I mean, believe me, I know that there are things that are weaknesses as a performer, and sometimes sites point those out by breaking your balls about them.
Yeah.
When you know it's coming from a shitty place, like people just don't dig you, well then, all right.
Then why are you fan of the show? That's what I don't get.
I mean, it's very hard for anyone to not like me. As for the third year in a row, I was voted sweetest boy in studio.
Oh, by the way, someone from their cell phone just writes Mayor Menino, guys.
Oh, that's right. On a fucking station where we were playing rock music and goofing every day.
Dick jokes and rock and roll.
We said that the mayor was dead in such a way that it wasn't. Listen to the fucking recording of that, by the way. Listen to that show.
Larry from Maryland. It was funny when you did that to Menino and his family, Ant.
Yeah. First of all, Menino's family wasn't listening to our show. It was a kids' fucking rock show that we did in Boston. Secondly, listen to the... Did you listen to the fucking mayor show? That April Fool's thing? It was so obviously an April Fool's joke.
Plus, the difference is we weren't friends with Mayor Menino.
Yeah, we weren't friends with Mayor Menino. We weren't a fan show of Mayor Menino.
The point Ant's trying to make is like...
And their family wasn't fucking listening. And it was presented in a way that it was a joke. This was presented as if I was in the fucking hospital. And if you think Carvin, who's this member, that goofing on my girlfriend... calling her Lobster Girl from fucking 8 years ago is going to make a difference? That is such old fucking news that doesn't bother me. It bothered me for the first 2 years. I'll be honest with you. It bothered me. We've been together 8 fucking years. Do you think that bothers me? Do you think I wanted a girlfriend that cooks and that's why we were together? Jesus Christ. Get a hint. She's great in bed.
Really?
Wait, what do you think? Jesus Christ.
Ooh, I like
So they're like trying to fucking bother me. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is your arrogance. That's what bothers me. The content, say whatever the fuck you want anymore. I got no problem with anything you print because the site is gonna be mine. I'm buying you. I'm fucking buying your site. And there's nothing you can do about it because it's my fucking name. Go ahead. Go ahead, motherfucker. Have your fun. Print whatever the fuck you want on there. My site. Gay porno. Enjoy it.
Ass caves.
Ass caves and fat black cock.
Nice.
That's what's going to be on the fucking site.
And pictures of diseased cocks.
Diseased cock.
Yeah.
Diseased cock.
But wait a
Write
minute.
it down.
Ass caves and fat black cocks. That is a fucking name of my new CD.
Oh, you fucking ripoff. Hold on. Here we go. Ba-da-da-dee-dee-doo. Da-da-da-da-da. Call my agent. Check on this.
He's not up.
Calling his cell phone. He better
is.
fucking be up.
No, he's not because there's daylight, that fucking ghoul.
Yeah, that's true.
He's in a coffin of his
coffin?
home country dirt.
His home country.
All right, look, the people outside are a little sad. Go ahead. Feast your eyes on that, you
Show
bunch
him
of
your
queers.
butt. Well, that would have been nice if we had the reaction.
That's all right. They didn't know it. I just improv that. They're improv.
That is
They're
good.
all looking. Go ahead, you couple of hot chicks and you bunch of queers. Enjoy.
We have a
Drink
big
it
audience in here. Flea, you're fucking next.
I know.
No, Flea doesn't do
No,
anything
Flea's
bad.
a good boy. No one likes Flea.
Voice message system.
Of course.
Bob Eatman is sleeping.
It's L.A., dude. It's 7:09 o'clock.
Bob's a weenie.
Hold on, let me leave my message. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Wait for the
Waiting
beep.
for the beep.
Of course.
There's the beep. Hi, Bob. It's Anthony. Remember the message board that we were discussing about getting? We need that to go ahead ASAP. Money is no object. That's what I say. I need that site immediately. Hey, you cut me off, you bitch. But I think after the money is no object, that Jewish gentleman will do everything it takes.
His phone actually jumped for joy. And by the way, since we're all leaving messages for people,
yeah,
someone's girlfriend is about to get her asshole chewed out. Mine.
How'd your papers come back?
What?
How'd your papers come back?
Something scribbled out with a negative written over it.
Oh, shit.
Hold on a second. We're all getting some fucking business taken care of.
Business.
Somebody's girlfriend is getting fucking chewed out because you guys fucking taking care of your business. I'll take care of my business. You call the agent, I call the broad. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just babbling till her phone fucking picks up.
She's not going to pick up.
No, I know, but the machine will. I'm holding my cock right now. I need to shave.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hi,
they all
this
bring
is
up
your
the Mayor
boyfriend.
Menino thing. Not even getting it.
I'm leaving a message for my girl.
Oh, go ahead.
We're
I'm
all
sorry,
taking
Jimmy.
care of business. This is your boyfriend. Stop sleeping with Negroes. Oh wait, I'm sorry. This is your son. Did you see the way I took that bomb and I turned it around?
You turned it around.
Not as bad as it could have been, right, guys?
Right
Look at
around.
that. They're clapping and laughing. Go ahead, drink it in. Drink in the ass. All right.
Well, they
Still nobody out there with that mic. All right.
Yeah, they're
Fans
reacting
in here.
nicely. How about we try it a third time so we can get the reaction on the air?
All right.
Let's
do that.
How about anybody?
Is the mic
Done.
Is there anybody out there with a mic? No.
Go
Dan,
ahead.
you don't have to do that.
I don't care. I don't care that they're printing
Yeah, just
Menino
leave.
stuff. Most of them now are printing. Hey, the Menino thing. The Menino thing. Doesn't matter. Call me a fucking hypocrite. Doesn't matter. I've already explained the point on the mayor thing. The site will be mine. That's all there is to it. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Have a field day. Have a fucking field day.
All right. And I'm not even showing my ass.
Jimmy's ass.
Show me.
Nice.
Nah, they've been spoiled.
Would you like to see Jimmy's ass again?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
That's two guys. That's not very enthusiastic.
Push it right up against the glass for them.
Ooh, wait a minute. All right.
Well, see, the girl said, come on.
Yeah. I wish I could fucking turtle a log out right now. I would have done that for you. I would have shit against the window and would have laughed. My fucking XM in my car expired. I'd like to ask Mr. Wicklund to please turn that on again. Thank you. It did. It's been a year. I love it.
People don't get.
I'm just told what I
People don't get the Menino comparison.
No,
we
not
weren't
at
in
all.
the good graces of the mayor.
It's not like he was supposedly a friend
or fan
or anything else.
All right.
There
Why
it
is
is.
Poe babbling? What could he possibly be babbling about?
Yeah, where's Poe?
What are you babbling about?
Where is he?
He's on the phone. Tell him to go somewhere else. We decided to mic our studio audience today.
Yeah.
I didn't know she was 5. I was. Good. Another pedophile joke. What a shock. I have a fastball. It's all I throw. How about a fucking knuckle once in a while or a curve? Fastball down the middle. We could turn the mic off outside. Not that we don't want to hear from you, but we'd like somebody to be monitoring it because...
Wait, you guys clap. I got to figure out what mic to turn off. All right, I got it.
That's the one.
All right, I got it.
Hi, Poe.
Now, see, this is what we do, and then I turn on when I want it. And then you don't have to worry.
Pat from Munaki posting, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for big black cocks. I'll come back later." Big black cocks.
Atta boy.
That's what's going to be there. Stay tuned.
All right, can we get some work done here today? No, actually, that was some fine work by Anthony.
Of course. Needed to be said. It needed to be said. Enough.
We didn't even attempt a April Fool's joke. We haven't attempted one since the big
We
day.
haven't been on the air. They haven't allowed us on the air since April Fool's.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out today. I don't think we've done an April Fool's Day show since the mayor thing.
I don't think we have. We might have once, and if we had it all, I think we did once, and we just replayed. Getting fired, but
went over like the audio and stuff and all the news reports.
Yeah,
that's right.
Other than that, they've kept us off the air.
I got a good one with my girlfriend yesterday. I kept getting her with April Fool's stuff.
What'd you do, Jim?
I was like, man, the milk, I left it out. It's not good. She's like, really? I'm like, April Fool's. We had a really fun day.
Oh, I bet she laughed.
Oh, she did. She did.
I just stay out of that.
Oh, I got her so good, by the way. I got her so good.
Another one?
My girlfriend was the cutest thing. Her head was back over the bed, and I was kind of mouth fucking her. And I said, I put my balls in her face. I said, I'm going to come. And she went, okay. And I shit all over her nose and eyes. April Fools!
April Fools, of course. You got to yell, April Fools.
Well, then it's just twisted, as long as you say April Fools.
It was funny.
Yeah.
I got her. Did I tell you how good I got her?
No.
Oh, what'd you do?
I handed her flowers, and I said a little something for you, and when she went, thank you, and before she got thank you out, I kicked her in the cunt. Gave her a good boot right for the cunt. And we laughed.
And it's okay, because you said...
April Fools!
It makes it all good.
It was like, April Fools.
That would be the pulling out of the said cunt, right?
Yes, from the knee.
I didn't know you could do sound effects.
What am I talking about?
It's the one you love, Jimmy.
I do love her, too.
Yeah.
And you know what else I love, by the way? Happy Typing Girl.
Who doesn't?
Because she made that... I have to think...
What happened?
I was in a panic about I got my picture Friday night. Geezer was so drunk, I had to hold him up. Eddie Trunk passed him to me and said, could you hold him?
How fucking thrilled were you to be holding up a drunk geezer?
You don't understand. It was for real holding him up.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have let him go, he would have... If someone could bring me my envelopes, I'll show you the picture. He fucking... Because he was yelling on the air. He was just fucking singing on the air and yelling, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks! He was so loaded. And so Eddie's like, you gotta hold him. So for the picture, I'm like, I'm holding Geezer Butler. I'm like, it's okay, Geezer, it's okay. Just one more. And you can see his little hand. He has the cutest little hands. They're like in like little kid that did something naughty. He's holding his hand clenched like a bad boy, and
or a drunk.
So I got, or someone who's liquored up. So I got the photo taken, and I had to panic to get it done. So Debbie made it happen at Dugal Photo on 23rd Street. So I have to thank those guys. a fucking beautiful thing they did for me, and it is so appreciated. They're the best place in the city for any type of photograph. They didn't ask me to plug them.
You know what? I don't like those guys.
Oh,
Opie, they're fantastic. You know why you don't like them? Because they're too good.
I saw Happy Typing Girl Friday at Fez's birthday party at Bar 9. She was happy. She was indeed a girl.
And she was typing.
And she was typing.
I saw the typing.
On her phone.
Yeah.
She's constantly online.
Well, if your name's Happy Typing Girl, you better be typing every time people see
And
you.
happy.
And you better be happy.
And, of course, a girl.
Oh, look at Vince getting his head shaved.
He's screaming. They're not even doing it nicely.
Boy, this time around, I thought there was going to be a real surprise.
Oh, my God. It's Dr. Evil.
Oh, he looks...
Vince looks like Dr. Evil.
He looks
with his
awful
head
without hair.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me see.
Is that a cool shot?
Wow.
Let me see.
Oh, my
Show up. That's Eddie Chung fucking passing. No. Don't.
Oh, don't. Oh, don't.
Do you have an extra one?
No,
Don't even crease it.
You guys want to see this out there?
Egging you on. Don't go for
That's
peer
too predictable.
pressure.
I'm trying to be less predictable.
Nah,
there you go. There's your
peer
picture
pressure.
It's a good one, though, right?
It's all right.
Come on.
It's all right.
Eddie's holding him up.
Look at Jimmy. In your world, it's everything. In mine, it's like, it's a cool picture, I guess. You know?
Where is, by the way...
What?
This fucking Dugal does such good work. Look at the difference in the quality of these pictures.
Let me see.
This one's from another place. That one's from Dugal.
Yeah, I don't feel those people.
Oh, stop it. They're lovely.
It's two different photographs.
I'm not feeling those people.
Look at the color in one and the color in the other.
I'm going to take my wedding photo somewhere else.
That's
right.
wedding photos. What are
Wedding
you
photos.
talking about? Are you announcing something?
This is what a self-centered ass I am when I'm talking about. I didn't even catch wedding. I'm thinking, why would you take them anywhere else? Dugal is good. Got on my boob.
I'll take my nude photo somewhere else. I want clarity. Nothing. Jamie in Pennsylvania, what's up?
Oh, I didn't want to see the Jersey guys wrong. You guys sucked.
Did he just say the Jersey guys?
Dude!
Wow!
All right.
Wow!
Let me say something right now. If you want to talk about the Jersey guys, we'll let you go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about them. They fucking blow. That's why we don't pay attention to them. What? Let's go to Jeff in Charlotte. Jeff, what's up?
Hey, Opie. Good morning, Anthony, Jimmy.
Good evening.
Hola.
How are you doing?
Hello, Frank.
What's up, Jeff?
The quality of the show, you guys are white hot. You've had guests on Friday, today. Keep it up. It's a great streak.
Was the
Guys
Sabbath
are white
interview
hot.
okay? I felt like bad because the mics weren't working and Ope was angry. Did it come off all right? I mean, if not, our apologies, man. My apologies.
You guys pulled it off. I was just out of my mind pissed that the mics weren't working, so I couldn't think.
I wanted to do better, but Tony couldn't talk because I was really embarrassed.
Jeff, thank you.
Opie,
Yeah.
you are my hero.
What about us?
Yes, my cell phone ringtone is dedicated to you.
Wait, I'm on your ringtone?
Here you go. Hold on.
All right, let's hear this. Fuck, he was too fast for me.
That's a good one, actually. The fucking obnoxious guy laugh. That is one I would put on my phone.
If you want to pay me, you can have it. Give me $1.
You put the obnoxious guy laugh on there right now?
Give me a couple $. I'll give it to you.
Oh, I don't know, Opie.
Actually, your voice is on mine, so it's only fair. You're fucking... Dude, yeah, Danny, get over here. Take that fucking thing off my phone.
I'm handing Travis my cell phone, and he's going to give it to Danny, and they're going to put ringtones on it.
I got kitty porn on my computer. Is getting me in way too much trouble. I'm done with that.
No, Opie, you got to keep that.
No, I'm done.
And by the way, take that faggoty thing off. After a text message, it goes... Sounds like I'm eating pussy underwater. Take that off. I don't want any noises.
I'm having these I'm having these important meetings with florists and photographers, and all of a sudden,
what?
The kitty porn on my computer thing starts screaming at
florists?
the people. What?
Why are you having meetings with florists?
Or flowerists?
No, you're right. Florist is correct.
I know I was right. I was just fucking with you.
But why are you having meetings with...
Yes, what are you doing?
Find out why this is the most listened to FM talk show in the country. That's what the Jersey Guys website says. The most listened to FM talk show in the country?
In the country?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, I don't. I think that's a bunch of bunk.
All right. Should we break and regroup and then continue? You guys having a good time out there?
Oh, that's good. That means we're doing something, I guess.
Bad smell, bad language, and now bad jokes.
This is the freakiest show I've ever been party to.
Because we're perverts.
Really?
Stupid.
So you know it's good.
That's why we love doing this radio show.
Right.
Okay, terrific.
Time to put your mouth where our balls are.
Buckle up, kids. It's cool. Let's just put it this way.
Sexual harassment mostly.
Just shut up.
I was so offended.
Don't listen, you twat.
Hit her over the head with a shovel.
If you did that, I would make love to you right now.
Come on. People that get their news from O&A are the same people who watched Sesame Street till they were 12.
Yes, precisely. Guys talk about nasty stuff like this all the time.
Sit down and put on your laughing hats because here comes a home run.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Be mine! Money
I was reading about the latest Guns N' Roses CD, and it's been postponed again. It was supposed to be out March 6th. Oh. Now they're saying they're mixing it down or something, blah, blah, blah.
They're so done.
I think it's Axl's joke to the world. I think he's going to just never put this thing out, and that's what he's going to be known for the guy that never put out the album that he said he was going to put out.
They're done.
It's
working.
No, it's getting rave reviews is the new... well, they're not Stone Temple Pilots anymore. What are they called there? The band with Slash and Scott Weiland and Velvet Revolver. Yeah, There's a nice buzz on their latest CD that's coming out soon. Another month, I believe. I don't know why I'm talking. Who gives a shit? All right, here we go.
Imagine a patch for women, meant to give a boost of testosterone and a lift to your sex life. It's called Intrinsa, and it's designed for postmenopausal women like Rosalind Washington. She participated in a U.S. trial on the Intrinsa patch and says it helped.
There was a noticeable increase in, my sexual desire. Just physically and mentally, I just felt great.
Yuck. It's a patch for postmenopausal women. Ooh. And it works. It boosts interest in sex for older women.
Do they really need it or want it? They don't want that.
There's a reason God dries that area up.
Yep. The only patch should be one that goes right over the hole. That's it. Done. I'm shutting it down.
Like a pirate. Arr.
Shut systems down.
After a certain age, women should be forced to just sit on the coffee table and you throw loose change and perhaps raisinets into their cunts. The candy dish, you use it as. Fucking throw paper clips in it.
Old powder-smelling candy dish.
But the FDA is not going to approve this patch, I believe. Yeah, there's a problem.
The panel raised concerns that giving postmenopausal women certain types of hormones, including testosterone, could lead to higher rates of heart disease and cancer. And because Intrinsa is designed to help patients with sexual problems, the FDA was concerned about other women using it to enhance their sex lives when they may not need the drug.
All right. We don't need to do 20 minutes on that, do we?
I don't think so.
You don't want a minute on it.
I think we're learning to cut certain things short.
Yeah, we're certainly trying. All right.
Why meetings with florists?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you?
There's having meetings with florists. I don't know why.
What happened?
Interesting.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Meetings with florists.
Stop getting weird, man.
I just want to know if something's going on. I want to be on the in. No.
April Fool's prank, 18 students fed laxative and donuts. These kids rock middle school in Long Island, right? Oh, that's awesome. You guys heard about this? No. See, that's why we're here for you. See, this is what we do. We make your lives more interesting, let's be honest. Agree or disagree? Agree, of course. What happened to the crowd, by the way? Now it sounds like a really lame, like the audience.
It's like the fucking Joe Franklin show.
Gallery.
We don't rate. I guess it was all the Yankee fans getting the early trains uptown.
Yeah, they're fags.
They're fags.
Fucking A, they're fags.
We had a bunch of Yankee fans. That's why we had such a huge crowd for the walkover. They're going to the game. They decided to stop by, and now they got to go drink before the game.
It's 10:30. The game is at 1 o'clock.
They got to get some drinking in.
You got to get some drinking in.
They'll be at 11. They'll be there 2 hours early.
It's the home opener.
The drinking is to distract you from the neighborhood you're going to.
By the way, I got to start being nicer to people because I have tickets behind home plate today, and I couldn't find one person to go with me. And I'm like, wow, people just hate me.
You know, with the fucking little hand right next to you going up.
No, I was talking about my family.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
They hate me.
That's true. These groveling asses you can get to go anywhere.
One after another, no. So I went to bed depressed last night.
Why? It's not. That's the district they don't want to go with you. It's hard on a weekday.
No, they don't want to go.
No.
I also have season tickets to the Islanders. I can't get my family to go.
Let me ask you though, how
I took Club Soda Kenny and his son this past Saturday.
That's nice.
It was very nice, but I didn't buy 4 tickets for him.
I was going to go to the game today.
A little uncomfortable, right? Yeah, it's sad.
Are you guys all couples out there? We got couples. What's going on?
Who fucks who? You fuck all
wow.
of them? Oh, this girl
just like went around the room pointing.
Who's your boyfriend?
That's my husband.
Husband?
Hold on, fans out there with the mic.
But is anyone else involved in you two?
Nah, just us.
Maybe not here, somewhere else maybe?
No, but not that I know of.
No.
What's the wildest thing you guys have done?
Oh, we are so boring.
Really?
Yeah. On the spot. Geez. I don't know. We are dull and boring, I guess.
Yeah, we really are.
Did you ever put anything in your hiney, sir?
No.
I tried.
What'd you try to put in his hiney?
Just my finger.
You won't take a finger?
You won't take it.
Who'd you vote for, Gorbachev?
He is Russian.
Russian?
Yeah.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing. A little finger goes a long way. My father told me that when I was a boy, and then showed me.
Well, other little things don't go very... Never mind.
How about the girl over there? I got to talk to the girl over there because she's by herself. Which
she's in a business suit. What does she have to say?
I'm here for an interview, for an internship.
With us?
Congratulations, you're hired.
With us? Wow. Oh, boy, no one has told her the rule. Jimmy, why don't you tell her the rule? There's a rule we have on the Opie and Anthony show.
You gotta wear jeans.
Yes, and you have to be willing to do things you might not normally be willing to do with out-of-shape men that you're not normally...
Not that rule. No, look, she's dressed all smart and business-like.
Rule. We typically only have male interns. We love women. We love girls. But we're afraid...
Not we. Jimmy used to fuck all female interns.
Yes. Not in traditional fucking, though.
Just a mind fuck.
Yeah, just a mind game, man. No, we typically only have males because we're so afraid, which is the show content and occasionally naked girls or people fucking, that we're going to get sued for some type of a harassment with and a human resources issue.
But you wouldn't do that, right?
Maybe we could make an exception. What are you all about?
I'm okay.
No, you wouldn't have to sleep with us. We're kidding. We don't do that.
I know.
Why should we hire you as an intern for the Opie and Anthony program?
Wow, that's a really good question. I am fun, outgoing, and anything goes.
Oh.
It's lovely. What's your name?
Renee.
How old are you?
23.
I thought I met you 10 years ago.
And you're in school for communications?
I went to Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Ah.
There you go.
CSB graduate, huh?
Yep, all the way.
Yeah, you got a nice voice. Got a good radio voice.
Thank you.
What's your goal?
Voiceovers.
Okay.
Well, I don't think you'll do very well at all.
The way you have to do it with voiceovers.
You have to talk like this.
Yes. Speak so well that the speaking spell is embarrassed to talk around you.
So, but what? Let me think. What qualifies you for like an internship with the Opie and Anthony show?
Oh wow! I love you guys. I love the show.
Oh,
Mike, did you?
What?
Did you turn the mic off?
Just
of course I did.
Shut her off.
Well, I don't know. Are we pretty airtight?
No, I don't want that one either. Get rid of that one.
Which one's that?
I don't want to say.
Oh, Opie.
Surprise me with something nice that I can play when I'm writing big checks for people I don't know. Thank you.
I want obnoxious guy laugh as my ringer. I'd better be. That's how I get tough.
Oh, I heard a best of the other day. It was from NEW, and you doing the to somebody so many times, and they didn't get it. They thought you were actually laughing.
Laughing, really?
Oh, it was so embarrassing.
Who was it, though?
Oh, I forgot. Shit. It was last week sometime. It was some real bad guest came in, trying to... Oh,
shill something.
Fuck. Yeah, I keep thinking it's Steve the Whistler, but it wasn't him. It was
Steve the Whistler is the greatest moment.
I thought he was funny.
In Opie and Anthony history. It's right up there.
Oh,
ridiculously uncomfortable it was for everybody. All right, what else you want to do today?
Starting his dopey song.
Over and over again?
Yeah. God damn.
I have to say, maybe it's time that we had a female intern.
You think we're...
why not? We don't do anything crazy. I mean...
Ma'am, that means you're not ugly.
But I mean, really, she seems like a go-getter. She seems like she has personality.
Works for Ron and Fez.
Yeah, we don't have people fucking in the studio. We don't have anything crazy going on other than language content and me occasionally gassing and showing my ass. I don't take my dick out, but I do show my hiney once in a while. And if she can adapt to farts, she can do anything.
Adapt to farts?
Oh, you can? Yeah, because Jimmy's... Oof.
The interns aren't allowed to get close enough to smell your farts.
Isn't it amazing? We've talked to her more than we have to Jeremy or the other interns.
Jeremy? You even know his name?
Which one is that?
Jeremy I know. I actually know him
no
from
idea.
Yeah, from what?
Atlanta. He's a nice guy from the South. He's a good boy.
All right. Yeah, we'll decide on that. The laxatives in the donuts. Have you heard this story?
Yes.
This is great. Some Long Island they're 8th graders. I heard it was like 5th graders. 8th graders apparently got an early start on April Fool's Day pranks on Friday when they handed out donuts laced with laxatives to classmates, school officials said. We got to do this at one of our appearances.
This shit would always happen in school. Who the fuck would eat something that kids brought in on April Fool's Day?
I don't know.
What are you, insane?
There were no apparent injuries. How do you get injured? You shit a lot, but do you actually get injured?
Yes, because you're running to the toilet, you trip.
And crack your skull on the porcelain?
By the 6th ass wiping, though.
Yeah, I don't like this live
that's gotta
audience.
hurt.
I don't mind it. I've just got nothing but base hits. It's my own fault. I'm not feeling confident in any of these duds.
You realize, what?
I haven't felt confident with any of these. You know what I'm firing little singles, and the only reason I'm getting them is because the first baseman is not on the line. If he was, I would have been fucking unceremoniously tagged out on every one of them. I'm sneaking them by because Ant's distracted. Ope's got a body just built for photography.
Oh my God, that's a little uncomfortable.
Well, so what? You do. Again, I'll put big deal. Let's get out in the open already. You want to be photographed naked? I'm all for it. That's not even to be a homosexual. She should be taking your picture naked. You've worked for it.
They were artistic photos.
I know, I'm sure they were.
For a photography class.
I bet your leg was up on the bench on one and your bag was showing on the bottom. Probably very sexy. Looked like a flask of vodka.
Vodka. All right, what do we got here? So, no apparent injuries, although ambulances were dispatched to the middle school as a precaution. Approximately 18 students shit their brains out.
The story says?
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Although the students are feeling well, the school is taking precautionary measures. And police were investigating, and parents were been informed. What? Is this a real story? Police were investigating, and parents were been informed about the situation.
Police were investigating, and parents were been informed. Yeah, interesting.
Wouldn't it be were being informed?
Yeah. Parents had the option.
Classes proceeded as usual, but parents were given the option to pick up their children. The district said it would take appropriate disciplinary actions.
That would always happen in school, though. Somebody would... I think everybody's got a story about somebody slipping something into the shop teacher's coffee. That's what happened where we were.
Really?
Someone put mescaline into the shop teacher, Mr. Shanley. Put it into his coffee.
Was he an old dude?
He wasn't a kid, that's for sure. And they took him out in an ambulance.
Oh, wow.
Because he didn't know what was going on. He thought he was having a stroke or something.
Holy shit.
You know, the guy all of a sudden... If you were just walking around and you started feeling the effects of mescaline, you would think something was fucked up with your brain, that's for sure.
Blood clot or something, right?
Yeah.
Did they ever catch who did it?
Yeah.
How'd they catch him?
They always do. Somebody rats. There's always a rat in school.
What happened
You
to
can
him?
never do something. I don't remember what happened to him, but he was one of those troublemaker kids that you could give an M80 to, and he would be the guy that flushed it down the toilet, shit like that. Like, you give him anything, and he'd go, okay, I'll do it.
Dude.
Take this sledgehammer and just bang it against this wall. Okay.
I don't want to, blow up the guy's spot, but I should give him a plug if someone remembers. I saw Bob Saget on Friday. He was taping his HBO special, and he had an LA comic, and I usually, LA comics. But he had a bit about, like, the kid that always took it too far growing up.
Yeah. They'd have no boundaries.
I thought it was brilliant because, growing up as kids, you all do crazy shit. We used to throw rocks at the neighbor, Craig Bench. We used to throw rocks at his neighbor, but I would always just kind of...
Rocks at him?
It was an old lady that would, like, rake her leaves and stuff, and he's like, come on, let's go throw rocks at the old lady. I'm like, all right. But, so I'm involved, but I'm like... But I'm not brave. I was brought up right, so I'm kind of like lobbing them and making sure they fall short, and he's just trying to peg her. I'm like
winging them.
And that's when I knew
line drives.
This kid could be a problem. So when this guy did this bit on Friday, I'm like, oh, is that the truth? There's always that one kid we grew up with that took every prank too far.
Nothing was better than a good dirt bomb fight with a neighbor, like, behind you.
Right.
You had a fence, and you'd lob
thing.
them over. And that was always cool. But like you said, you'd always get go-too-far guy, and he would have rocks.
He would go with rocks because he can't find any more dirt bombs.
Can't find any more dirt bombs. Dirt bombs are great. They'd be... They blow up and make smoke.
If you were the guy throwing the rocks, once again, you'd like bounce them in front or throw it far over their head. But sure, yeah, there was always the guy that said, fuck that, man.
We had a 6-foot stockade fence in our yard when we lived in Northport many, many years ago. And we had a good dirt bomb fight with the neighbor going on. And you'd lob them over the fence. You couldn't see each other. It was like, USA and Soviet Union launching missiles. Couldn't see each other. But you just lob enough and with enough of a spread put on them. And sometimes you'd hear like, hey, ow, or, oh, you got me. And dirt bombs would come over the other end. And then one of my friends just grabs a rock and heaves it over the fence. And you just feel like... and this blood-curdling scream, and everyone runs inside.
When I was growing up, they were putting in all the developments in Centerport, and so it was fun as kids to, like, when they weren't there, to run through the developments and run through the houses that are being built. And for me, that was risky enough. Same thing, another kid. That wasn't good enough for him.
Take it too far, guy.
He's like destroying the toilets with his boot and breaking windows. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
What are you gonna do this for?
Right. It's scary enough that we're like trespassing and just checking out the houses as they're being built, But it was always take it too far, guy.
Fire guy is like we'd have a nice little campfire going in the woods, hanging out, and someone always had to like throw a can of spray paint in there. You'd have the spray paint and the lighter and make a little flamethrower thing with it, which is dangerous enough. But then he'd have to take the can and throw it into the fire. So now you're like, run for your life. This thing's going to go off like a bomb, shrapnel all over the place. And he's laughing.
I hate to admit I was that guy. I took it too far with the fires.
What? Oh, yeah.
We would start little ones, and I was like, this is... let's see what happens if you just, start that pile of leaves on fire over there.
We talked about that before. I tried stomping out a fire. My brother held my foot, and it took over a whole hill. Burnt the whole hill down. That's when I blamed it on the Negroes. It burnt down the whole hill, Beauty's Hill, and ran to the house across the street and asked them for a hose.
Yeah.
And they see this blazing inferno outside, so the fire trucks show up. And I was a little kid. I was in kindergarten. And the fireman picked me up, and he goes, "Did you see who did this?" And I said, "It was 2 Negroes."
God, you learned well from your parents.
I don't know why I said that. I was in kindergarten. How would I...
Anthony, do you know, and honest to God, I got an email from a guy named Jerry, who I grew up with, and I have no memory of this, and he said to me, do you remember the time we got in trouble because we started that fire, and when we got in trouble, we blamed it on black kids?
What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't know what... I'm really trying to get a grasp on, was it my parents, or was it like the little things I saw on the news? Because they were always back then showing like riots and stuff.
Nah, it was your parents.
Was it?
They couldn't get you a good seat at the circus, but they taught you racism.
They taught me racism? by kindergarten, though?
You got the front seat in racism class. Maybe you're in the back row of the garden for the circus, but... That's probably how his father explained it to him. Instead of saying, I'm drinking too much, Anthony went, how come we can't sit up front? His father went, niggers. Just blamed it on.
I really don't... How could you, by the age of what's kindergarten, 6?
14 in some neighborhoods.
6 years, 5?
That was funny.
That's racist.
It was funny. I got a little something for that.
I agree.
By for like 5 years old, how could you get a kid to like put that together? That black people, you can blame them for crimes, and white people will believe you. That's too like abstract a thought for a 5-year-old, even if the parents are pounding it into your head. I don't get it. Where does it come from?
Maybe you want to, maybe instinctively, when blaming someone, you pick someone that couldn't possibly be mistaken for you. Maybe that's the first instinct, and black people just look so differently. Maybe it's not a thing about blacks, or maybe it's honestly who did it. The black kid, because it's completely the opposite. It exonerates you completely.
Maybe that's a good way to get me out of a jam.
But I mean, it's possible, right? Like,
that sure sounds like I was racist from the time I was 5. Jeez, that's awful.
Where we grew up, I didn't see a black person until junior high, except for the one we took in for a while, like a summer program. But
you did?
Right. Yeah, we were part of that Fresh Air Fund or whatever.
The Fresh Air Fund?
Also, we were at Robert Moses Beach with some black thing.
A little black kid was with you?
And, like, I guess technically she was my sister for the summer. It was very bizarre to me.
Get a little jungle fever?
Huh?
A little jungle fever for you?
But then to actually interact, like, on a regular basis, that didn't happen until junior high school, and all of a sudden black people were walking around my school, and it was like seeing a panda bear. I didn't really understand.
Oh, you didn't understand it?
No, I didn't really have a knowledge of black people whatsoever, I realized.
Yeah. Well, do you ever think I'm moving back to Utopia, Long Island, or?
Utopia.
I'm just kidding, black people. I love you. I'm teasing you.
I really can't get a grasp on it, though. I'm really trying to put myself in that moment and think why I said that, because it's weird. It's a vivid memory for me. Like, I remember the fireman was holding me, and he put his hand down my pants. He was holding me, put his little fire helmet on me, then he took his hat off.
The fireman let me kiss his helmet. She ixnay on the tattling.
The helmet.
But I'm trying to remember it, like why I said that, and I think it's not as innocent as you put it. Okay. There was something there that made me say that made me think they'll believe this more if I say it was somebody who was black.
You overheard something. That's all it is, dude. You overheard something from your family?
From my family? Yeah, probably.
It wasn't the media.
I didn't call them moulignons like my family, so what happened there? How come I couldn't say that at 5?
It couldn't be the TV. It couldn't be TV. We only had 3 or 4 channels when we were growing up, and it was much wider than it is now.
I swear to you, I think the news had something to do with it, because I remember watching like riots and burning, like black people rioting, looting, and burning on the news, and I think that's why I said it. But it's I don't know why I said it last week.
Last week? How about this morning? All right, let's say hi to Jeremy. Jeremy, what's up?
Yeah, love you. Love the show.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I just wanted y'all talking about practical jokes. It was a couple of years ago when I was in high school. I'd heard a couple of kids had poured a bunch of Viagra into this English teacher's coffee, and had like an allergic reaction to it and almost died. So pretty much it.
How did he almost die?
Pretty much it.
How much Viagra did you give the guy?
I wasn't sure exactly how much it was. I think it was quite a bit, but he just was allergic to Viagra or something in the Viagra.
Enough to kill an elephant? That's usually the,
an erection site.
how we measure that.
He's listening
with
to
drugs.
himself.
Oh, forget it.
I know, it's just...
They love listening to themselves.
Dude, especially on XM, don't go and listen to yourself. Finish the call.
Yeah.
We're on a little of a delay, so you could even hear the end of your phone call.
Yeah,
that's what I did with the Fezzi phone call.
Oh, you listen on the phone, then you hang up, you turn your radio on, you get to listen to yourself a little.
And then we got the replay, so then you could listen later and go, I called in around this time. I better re-listen.
Happy birthday, Fezzi, by the way. I didn't know. Happy birthday.
Friday.
But I didn't know. I was watching Sabbath Friday, doing gigs Saturday, and just hugging, loving, and fucking on Sunday. I didn't know, so happy birthday, Fezzi.
What a great party over
Happy
there.
birthday.
At Bar 9 we had.
Oh, really?
Over there, yeah, a lot of fun.
Take It Too Far guy from Connecticut. What's up?
What's up? Love Jimmy. Love the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I was the Take It Too Far guy when I was a kid, man. I was just always pushing the envelope for whatever reason. I know this isn't going to work for the rest of the country, but we used to stand over 287. There was an overpass there. That's where I used to live. And we used to throw rocks
Yeah, they don't know overpasses in the rest of the country, so you're correct with that knowledge, sir.
They don't know where to do it. Appreciate the help there. But we used to throw rocks and watch them, bounce off the cars. And, of course, I went and picked up, double the softball-sized rock and launched it and made a huge mess. And cops started coming around. We had to run home. And, I was just that guy, man. And it just always got me into fucking trouble.
Right.
And then what happened?
That's pretty much it. Is this my first car crash phone call?
It wasn't worthy of a car crash.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you, Chris.
I won't even use the energy to reach over and point at a button.
That's right. It was more like a fucking Cleveland Indians pitcher boating decapitation. Just a silent, a little dull thud with a fucking floating hat.
As we limp toward the finish line today.
Oh, we are limping.
Oh, no.
At 11 o'clock, we're going to do the Jim Brewer Dirt Bombs and Tree Fort Spit. Oh. Very, very good. All right, and Bill has the end of the call to Fezzi from Friday. You want to hear this?
Yes, I missed Jim Brewer, by the way.
Oh, Danny has it? Somebody has it?
Yeah, this way.
Danny. All right, let's go.
I love you, Opie. Thank you. No, I love you. I really love you.
He was drunk, too.
All right, they're calling me. I got to go back down to the basement for the photo shoot.
All right, off you go. Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Hot shit. Opie is naked right now somewhere in this city.
Isn't that just awful?
And he meant it.
He did mean it because he was drunk.
Hot shit. Hot shit.
That's what we said all weekend. Hot shit.
Hot shit.
Opie's naked.
Hot diggity dog.
Somewhere in New York City. All right. Line of the day?
Yeah.
No.
No? Why?
The voting process is just wrapping up.
Oh, boy.
Hope it was to Geezer.
Why would Geezer get line of the day?
A couple of good ones.
Don't give
a couple of zingers.
Tony might have. Had anyone been able to hear him?
I tell you, Ronnie's the new Sinatra too.
What
You
happened?
see Ronnie walk around in appearance, Ron and Fez, at Bar 9. People just he holds court. He's got like a circle of people around him, just looking, glaring at him, staring into his eyes, guys, girls. He's like Jesus. He just sits there and...
Jesus with a stogie.
Yeah. Jesus with a cigar.
And a Coke history.
He's even growing his hair long and everything.
By the way, the laugh in the background makes it sound like an All in the Family set. Opie and Anthony was taped before a live studio audience. I kind of like the live studio audience.
I love it.
We're going to have to do this for time.
Unless we have the dramatic ending. Like on Good Times when James died, and then it goes without the thing. You just see the credits.
Yeah.
And it used to make our old TV hum.
Right.
So you'd see like the credits come up. With no music. No happy music.
I saw the final episode of The Office, the English version, over the weekend.
Great, right?
Oh my God, was it good?
What you mean when they're
the last episode? That was it. That's how they ended it.
Where the fucking when they turn the mic off for a second.
Yeah.
Is that fucking great, man?
That was really, really good. I can't even watch the regular Office anymore. Ever since seeing the English version.
Do you? Oh, you see, at first you said that you kind of liked.
I know, but now I so get that the other one is so much better.
Did you see? Oh, did you see the fucking the motivational speech he gave?
It's one of the funniest things ever put on film. One of the explain it to Anthony. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
The motivation. The best part is because he has the T-shirt tucked in and the hat backwards, and he's fucking going to give a speech, and the pants are pulled up just a little too high.
He was recruited by this organization to do a motivational speech for another company, so they don't even know him. Comes in with his hat on backwards. Well, he was getting all motivated in like the quote dressing room.
So bad.
Oh my God! And then he plays dramatic music when he's leaving, and just jogs out of the room, and everyone's like just dumbfounded.
Didn't you love when he first walks up and he goes, "Get out, get out," and he points at the door, and you know what he's going for, but you're like,
Wait, explain it further. You got to bring everyone on board.
He's trying to motivate people, like in business. There's a group of business people watching him, and he's trying to have an impact. And all the other motivational speakers just gave real sound business advice and had on suits. And stupid Ricky Gervais gets up there with his fucking tucked-in T-shirt and his hat backwards, and he's trying to like start off with a bang. So he's trying to be like the opposite and mysterious. So he opens the door real quick and he points. He goes, "Get out." and he puts his hands on his hips like they're all going to be intrigued, but instead they just look bored, like, what is this idiot doing? And a maid tries to walk in, a fucking cleaning lady tries to walk in, and he goes, get out of here, what are you doing?
What was the point he was trying to make with the get out? I forget.
Like, you're supposed to go, whoa, why does he want us to get out? Because he was going, if you don't have what it takes, or if you don't want it, just get out.
Right.
But nobody looked like they were intrigued or interested in his curveball.
He's such a buffoon.
He was a fucking fool. But I liked when he was groveling about the redundancy. Please don't make me redundant. Please don't make, that was fucking great.
And he's wearing what was it? The costume?
Oh, he had the fucking wacky emu costume. Like he was like riding a big giant bird, like riding an ostrich, and he had a stick that operated the head.
and that's how he got fired, basically.
And you
don't see that because he's sitting behind his desk and he gets up, awkward. He's already in his costume because he's supposed to be sitting on it, so you don't see the costume until he stands up.
And then he walks out, and he's like, I gotta go make people laugh. He really thought he was an entertainer, and the man was a boob. And he's just, wasn't he fucking just a great actor?
Oh, yeah.
The little fucking, like you said, the thing with the nose,
little things, the smirks with his...
You know, if they want to say, look, you've been a great boss, I mean, all right, but fine. But he was always giving these little commercials for himself. Like, well, if they want to say I'm the greatest, that's fine, but it doesn't matter to me. One of my favorite characters in history.
It was amazing. All right, why don't we get the line of the day out of the way? Brought to you by BowDogFight.com. Tune into Ion TV Tuesdays and Saturdays for our episodes of Bowdog Fights. For all the mixed martial arts action you can want, check it out. It's BowDogFight.com. Here's the runner-up line of the day.
Oh, I got her. Did I tell you how good I got her?
No.
Oh, what'd you do?
I handed her flowers, and I said a little something for you, and when she went, thank you, and before she got thank you out, I kicked her in the cunt. Gave her a good boot right for the cunt. And we laughed.
And it's okay, because you said...
April Fools!
It makes it all good.
It was like, April Fools.
Very good, Jimmy. You guys have fun out there? Yeah. BowDogFight.com. Thank you. Here is your line of the day.
Here comes the line of the day. Line of the day.
It's weird. It's a vivid memory for me. Like, I remember the fireman was holding me, and he put his hand down my pants. He was holding, put his little fire helmet on me, then he took his hat off.
A latecomer.
The guys are a little lazy today. Yeah. Let's just take the last 5 minutes of the show and just...
Love the gap in there. That pause is the best part.
It really is. All right.
Yeah, because you're ready to start talking, and then there's more.
And then there's more.
Hey, did you love at The Office the way it would end? But the music just fucking, the way the music...
Yeah.
Is that the greatest, man?
And
fucking show.
That's my fucking phone.
God damn it, that's a good one.
Oh.
Do I have that on my phone? I'll fucking stab you.
Oh my God! All right, I'll accept that.
Oh, that's a good one.
I can handle that. Thank you, Danny.
Wait, could someone call me? I want to hear what mine sounds like. Because they put one on. I want to make sure they got it right.
All right. I'm calling yours now.
No one's got your number.
Oh, man. They do.
Here it comes. Me? Did you call him?
No, the first couple are going to be vibrate. That's the way I have it set up.
Saves you from making a spectacle.
All right, I'll take that too. Did you throw it on here? Yeah. Hello? That would be good for the text. All right, we gotta get out of here, guys.
I want Pose singing tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm fired.
Studio audience, thank you.
Thank you, people.
No pictures, though. Leave with no pictures.
God.
Did he bomb?
No. It was... Well, here's what it was. A bomb would have at least been an explosion. Here's what this was.
Oh, no.
A piece of metal fell out of a plane and it just stuck in the sand.
Shit.
Wait, what happened?
I missed it.
It was a fucking uncle.
Let's do the setup again, and then I'll listen this time.
Oh my! It was atrocious.
What was the setup to the joke?
I was talking to Danny.
Yeah.
And I said,
but I was talking to them.
We were all talking together.
And Dan was talking to a screen over there.
But it was god awful regardless of who heard it. I said to Danny, "Hey man, I want that thing on my phone tomorrow, which is that Poe thing, or I'm fired."
Oh, I did hear that.
And
now that I think about it.
that was you?
Oh.
It was like a Ricky Gervais character, except it wasn't on purpose. I am very rarely embarrassed.
Oh.
I am at the moment cringing internally.
Wow.
By the way, Bill Donahue should have had line of the day.
Oh, with which one?
He had some zingers.
What was the fucking really good one he had? Wait, but Bill had a really good line. What was it?
Send someone up to accept the award and everything.
Yeah.
I say someone's got to interview this young lady. I like her as a candidate, and I've never...
Who's going to interview her?
Steve. Of course you like her as a candidate. She has a pussy.
No, that's... Oh. Jesus, Hope. Maybe not. Maybe she has a hog, and then she's congratulations, you're hired. But no, it's almost frustrating having female interns because you can't hit on them. You can't do it. I would probably, if I wanted to hit on you, I'd probably go, "Hey, where are you from?"
Let me see. Would you hit on her really?
Yeah. Well, someone give her a.
Mike. No.
Where's?
All right. Hold on. Just real quick.
Hey, someone get a mic or I'm fired.
I see. You see what I did there? You thought I was going to go with humor, but instead I didn't. Where are you from?
East Brunswick, New Jersey.
That's my idea of hitting on a girl. Well, I'm from North Brunswick. We got to give it to her.
Bit like your fart. Oh. And.
You're listening to the king of porno.
We're selling pornography.
O&A promote pornography.
We are smut peddlers, licking our dirty sex.